What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories.
3SC. Chapter 51. Fire Fist Ace debuts. Open black lens bracket. Ask for flowers. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. See Luffy's innocent face. Smoker is just out of breath. His own dignified Colonel Naval Headquarters, Logia capable. To be defeated by such a person. Hey, it's you. Luffy recognized it immediately. Marine. Usopp hid behind Zoro in horror. Straw Hat Crew. You are under arrest. Smoker took out his weapon and said coldly. Are you sure you want to fight us alone? Bai Yu looked at Smoker oddly. Although Smoker is impulsive, he is not stupid. I was beaten like that by Luffy last time, but now I dare to come. And this time he was facing a group of them. He now seriously suspects that Smoker's brain must have been broken by Luffy. Smoker didn't speak. A thick plume of smoke rose from his body. Let's run. Luffy shouted, turned his head and ran. Then the group ran away. Straw Hat Crew. You stop me. Smoker roared and turned into white smoke, chasing after him. Luffy, why are we running? Didn't you beat him last time? Usopp was sweating profusely. The others weren't afraid of Smoker, but he was. I don't want to fight him. Luffy said it very directly. Luffy, watch out for someone ahead. Usopp shouted quickly. But it's too late. Boom. Luffy knocked someone out. Sorry. Luffy apologized and didn't look at who was hit, how it was hit, turned around and continued to run. Bastard. Apologized too. When Ace saw Luffy running, his eyes widened. How could his brother not recognize him, and immediately shouted, Luffy. Boom. Knocked away again. Asshole. Asshole. Ace and Smoker both roared at the same time. Fire Fist Ace. How come you are here? What is your purpose here? Smoker recognized Ace. The captain of the 2nd Division of the Whitebeard Pirates, Fire Fist Ace. There are very few people who don't know him. I'm just looking for someone. Ace shook his head and turned to look at Luffy. Since that's the case, I'm not interested in your head. I've packed up the Straw Hat Crew and I'm coming to you. Smoker was about to turn into white smoke as he said that. That won't work. It's forbidden to pass ahead. Ace wouldn't let Marine chase his brother. Why do you help Straw Hat Crew? You are all pirates. You should be enemies when you meet. Smoker's eyes narrowed slightly, but he didn't act directly. Both of them are Logia, and if they fight here, the innocent will surely be affected. When you have a younger brother who likes to cause trouble, you know it. Ace is very helpless. Thinking of the time he spent with Luffy as a child, there was also a doting smile on his face. You're Luffy's brother. Smoker frowned. All he could think of was Luffy. Yeah, I won't tell you first, goodbye. Ace turned around and left. Smoker didn't pursue, and Straw Hat Crew was actually related to Fire Fist Ace. This is no small matter and must be reported. The Marines followed. Colonel Smoker. Give me the phone bug. Smoker picked up the phone bug and immediately began contacting Naval Headquarters. Luffy, it's me. Stop running. Ace shouted loudly. Hearing a familiar voice, Luffy stopped. Ace. Luffy shouted in surprise and ran over immediately. The two brothers gave a big hug. Ace, why are you here? Luffy is very happy. I'm out to do something, and when I get the news that you'll be here, I'll stop by to see you. Ace looked at Luffy with a smile on his face. Ace, come and let me introduce you to my partner. Luffy pulled Ace to the Straw Hat Crew. Hello, my name is Ace, and my brother is taken care of by you. Ace very politely made a self-introduction. Brother. Luffy's brother. The captain of the 2nd Division of the Whitebeard Pirates, Fire Fist Ace. He turned out to be Luffy's brother. Luffy, what else did you not tell us? Several other people were very surprised. Grandpa is the Marine hero Garp, and father is the leader of the Revolutionary Army. Long, this kind of identity is scary enough, and now there is another brother. He is also the captain of the 2nd Division of the Whitebeard Pirates, the pirate group of the strongest men in the world. We are all partners and take care of each other, so don't be so polite. Bai Yu said. This kid has no manners since he was a child. You guys also have a headache, right? It's really hard for you. Ace said with a smile. No hard work. Several others said in unison. Let's go back to the boat and talk about it. Marine is here, but it's not safe. Bai Yu knew very well that Smoker would never give up. If it's just a Smoker, they're in danger if surrounded by Marine fleets. Ace, let's go to our pirate ship for a banquet. Luffy said happily immediately. Okay. Ace didn't refuse either. He also wanted Luffy very much, or he wouldn't have come over on purpose. The group brought Ace to the pirate ship. When Ace saw the tattered going merry, he frowned. He is very aware of the dangers of the New World. Let alone sailing in the New World, it is estimated that it will sink before the first half of the journey is finished. Luffy, if you guys want to enter the New World, this ship probably won't work. Ace said something. No, the Mary will definitely be able to enter the New World. Usopp shouted excitedly. This ship is not only a pirate ship and a partner for him, but also a sustenance of his feelings. It's too early to say. We are still a long way from New World. The Mary is also our partner. We will never give up our partner. Bai Yu never thought about giving up Mei Li from the beginning. Although he also knew that the material of the Mary was destined to be unable to sail in the new world. But he also has to work hard, maybe there is a way at that time. Or when the spirit of the Mary appears, it can be recognized by the system as a crew member. At that time, you can obtain exclusive skills, and maybe you can evolve. We won't give up our partners. Usopp is very happy. If Bai Yu thinks so, he is really desperate. Don't think so much. Let's have a party, Luffy yelled. It seems that our banquet can't be held. Bai Yu glanced at the sea in the distance. A dozen warships are approaching. Asterisk. Chapter 52. The battle between brothers. Open black lens bracket. Ask for flowers. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Why so many warships? Wouldn't they be here to catch us? Usopp trembled with fright. Luffy. Bai Yu. Quickly think of a way. Bai Yu. Chopper also jumped on Bai Yu's shoulders in fear. When Robin saw these warships, his expression changed instantly. This reminded her of the hell scene that she will never forget in her life. It should be here to catch me, leave it to me to solve it. Ace stood up, moved his neck, and jumped out. Let's take a look at the strength of the captain of the 2nd Division of the Whitebeard Pirates. Bai Yu said. Everyone else immediately looked in the direction Ace left. It's Fire Fist Ace. Fire up. Marine spotted Ace and immediately ordered to fire. Useless. Ace burst into flames and flew over the warship. Fire punch. Boom. The huge fist formed by the flame instantly penetrated more than a dozen warships. So strong. Destroyed more than a dozen warships in one blow. Is this the strength of the Whitebeard pirate team leader? Guru. Fortunately, it's not an enemy. The Logia-capable person really can't be described as a human being. Everyone on the pirate ship was very shocked. This is the second Logia they've seen, and it's a super destructive fire. Bai Yu feels nothing. Logia itself is very powerful. Ace's current strength is also due to the fruit ability. If the fruit ability is not used, Chopper can defeat Ace. This is really not bragging. Although the fruit ability is strong, it is a good thing, but it also has a big disadvantage. Too much reliance on the ability of the fruit, ignoring one's own training, that is just doing nothing. Your own strength is the real foundation. Roger has no fruit ability, and also became the Pirate King. Shanks has broken one, and he has no fruit ability. He is also one of the New World 4 Emperors. Who dares not give face? This is the reason for its own strength. And Ace is now in a misunderstanding. Having been with Whitebeard for so long, not even armament Hawkeye has learned. No wonder it got caught by Blackbeard. Ace, you ate devil fruit too? Luffy asked in shock. Well, I ate Mara fruit from Logia. As Ace spoke, a flame burst into his fingertips, and he lit a cigarette for Sanji by the way. Let's fight again, this time I will definitely win you. Luffy's fighting spirit rose, and he never won against Ace as a kid. But this time, he felt he could win. Looks like you're very confident, but next time, since Marine has caught up with me, I'm leaving, and I'm going to find someone else. Ace looked at everyone with a smile. I'll ask you to take care of my brother. Ace, what you're looking for is Blackbeard. Bai Yu said. Blackbeard, isn't it the one you beat away by Bai Yu? Ace, you know Blackbeard. Luffy and a few others were a little surprised. Have you seen Blackbeard? Ace froze for a moment, not expecting Luffy and the others to meet Blackbeard. On top of that, Luffy actually said that Blackbeard was beaten. That's right, we met at Drum Island, but he didn't know what and how to leave later. Bai Yu nodded and said. It should be his devil fruit ability, dark fruit, with incredible power. Ace's expression was extremely solemn. Since you know, you should also understand that there is a big gap between you and Blackbeard. Now you don't even have a Master Hawkeye, and you are definitely not Blackbeard's opponent. Although Bai Yu knew that he couldn't persuade Ace, he still wanted to give it a try. I know, but I will win. He committed the most unforgivable crime of the Whitebeard pirates. I must take him back to receive punishment. Ace clenched his fists. No one can stop me. I know I can't organize you, but someone must stop you. Bai Yu couldn't believe it. Luffy would watch Ace go to his death. Ace, that Blackbeard is very powerful. Bai Yu almost died against him. You can't go. If you want to go, beat me first. Luffy clenched his fists and said seriously. It seems that I have been underestimated. That's fine, just let me see your current strength. Ace smiled, not angry. You guys don't fight on the boat, go aside. Bai Yu didn't want them fighting on the ship, otherwise, the Mary would be doomed. The two got off the boat and walked into the desert. Luffy, I won't let you have to be careful. Ace's body burned with flames. Don't cry when you lose. Luffy clenched his fists. The battle begins. Bai Yu said. In this battle, he will be the referee. Rubber pistol. It's useless. Boom. Before Ace could finish speaking, Luffy kicked him out. You actually master armament Hawkeye. Ace wiped the bloodline from the corner of his mouth. Hey, Grandpa and Bai Yu taught me. Luffy is very proud that he can finally beat Ace. Grandpa, Bai Yu. Ace turned to look at Bai Yu, also a little surprised. Rubber. Cyclone. Luffy swept out. You're so merciless, Luffy. Fire punch. Ace jumped and punched. Boom. Fire burst. You too, Ace. Second block. Luffy went into second gear, dodging the fire punch. Are you serious? Ace moved his neck, and the flames in his body became more vigorous. After many years, the two brothers fought again. Asterisk. Chapter 53. Marine's highest combat power is coming. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. It's really not easy to develop the fruit ability to this level in just 3 years. Bai Yu watched the battle between the two, and felt a little emotional in his heart. On the other hand, Luffy has eaten devil fruit since he was a child, and it has been like this for so many years. Ace is really talented. It's just a pity, with Ace's character, it's impossible for him to join the Straw Hat crew. Monster's brother is really a monster. The movement of this battle is too big, does it really matter? It seems that our strength is not enough. Well, my cooking skills seem to have entered a bottleneck recently, and I can't improve it anyhow. My railgun is a complete master, but I feel that my abilities are more than that. Several people on the boat watched the battle between the two brothers and were very emotional. Luffy, I didn't expect your strength to have reached this level, and I'm finally relieved, but you're not my opponent yet. Yan Emperor. Ace held up a huge fireball, and the terrifying high temperature made the already hot desert even hotter. I won't lose to you. Ace. Luffy yelled. 8 inner gates. 7th gate. Shock. Open. Boom. Unparalleled power surrounds Luffy. Day Tiger. A white tiger made of compressed air rushed towards Ace's ente. Boom. A huge explosion sounded. The powerful aftermath continued to spread around. Only the last door. Bai Yu was actually very tangled. Luffy had already reached the 7th gate. Next up is the Mortal 8 gate. He didn't know if he should stop Luffy from practicing. Really, he was surpassed by his younger brother. Ace lay on the ground, all wounded. Hee, I'm amazing. Luffy smiled, very proud, and finally won the ace. Don't be complacent, but even so, I'm going to find Blackbeard. Ace sighed. No matter what the reason, he must not step back. Do you want to go even if you know you're going to die? Bai Yu said. I won't die, Blackbeard I will definitely defeat. Ace clenched his fists and said confidently. You underestimate Blackbeard. Bai Yu sighed. Thank you, your name is Bai Yu, I know you and Luffy and everyone are for my own good, but trust me, I don't underestimate Blackbeard. Ace said very seriously. Ace, defeat Blackbeard. We'll meet in New World. Luffy reached out and pulled Ace up. Yeah, I'll be waiting for you in New World. Ace said something, turned around and left very dashingly. Bai Yu, will Ace win? Luffy asked. Hope so. Bai Yu couldn't guarantee that Ace would win. However, if Ace wins, Summit War may not be possible. But it doesn't matter. In that case, the sea may be a little more interesting. Ace will definitely win. Luffy clenched his fists, cheering for Ace. Okay, let's go too. You two made such a big commotion, but it will attract a lot of people's attention. Although the Marine just came to catch Ace, don't forget, there are also Marines who came to catch us. Quote. Bai Yu is very helpless, 5 days is really hard. It seems that the next time I can only go to Crocodile to play. Set sail. Luffy jumped into the boat and shouted loudly. Where? Nami said helplessly. This. Bai Yu, where are we going? Luffy looked at Bai Yu. It's too hot everywhere else, so let's go to Crocodile's base camp, rain, and make some money. Bai Yu said with a smile. Leave the rain. Nami's eyes lit up when he heard the money. In this way, it is possible to play against Crocodile. Robin said aside. Isn't that what you've been thinking about? Bai Yu looked at Robin with a smile. I've been seen through, what can I do? Robin covered his mouth and said. Just be yourself. When? Don't say it. Nami didn't know how to appear next to Bai Yu, and he knocked Bai Yu to the ground with one punch. Humph. Nami dragged Bai Yu back to the room, and gave Robin a demonstrative look. As if to say, this man is mine. As soon as they left, Smoker brought Marine here. Such a strong battle fluctuation, who is it? Smoker frowned. The powerhouses came here one by one, and what did they want to do? Colonel Smoker, look out to sea. Tashigi gave a shout. So many warships destroyed. Fire Fist Ace. Smoker immediately thought of Ace. Colonel, latest news. Headquarters. Headquarters Admiral, Aokiji is on his way. After seeing the report, his subordinate stuttered. Marine Admiral, Marine's highest combat power. He actually came. Smoker frowned. Leave him alone, everyone finds Straw Hat crew now. Yes. What did you say? Are you sure it's Fire Fist Ace? Crocodile frowned. Boss, I will never read it wrong. How could Whitebeard's logo be mistaken? The agent under his command said. Boss, Straw Hat crew is coming to the rain. It's coming our way. Another subordinate rushed in a panic. Don't worry, let's see what they're going to do first. Crocodile stood up. If the Straw Hat crew was just for the money, that's fine, and the last thing he needs is money. Just work for him. Asterisk. Chapter 54. Yan Shuangying Usopp. Open black lens bracket. Ask for flowers. Ask for collection. Close black lens bracket. Well, I suddenly feel sick to my stomach, so I'll stay and watch the boat. Usopp suddenly sat on the ground clutching his stomach. You're just afraid and don't want to go. Zoro mercilessly dismantled it. Forget it, he can stay if he wants to. Bai Yu nodded in agreement, without coercion. Really? Bai Yu, you are so kind. Usopp was moved to tears immediately. However, since you choose to watch the boat, you should be optimistic about the boat and the money on the boat. If there is a problem with the money and the boat, you will know the consequences. Bai Yu said very seriously. There will be absolutely no problem. Usopp guarantees right away. As long as you don't face the terrifying Shichibukai, let's see what happens to the ship. It's just a few small minions at most, and there is no danger at all. Well, then leave it to you, let's go. Bai Yu said and took the others off the boat. You promised so happily this time, is there any danger on the ship? Nami asked aside. How is it possible? As the deputy captain, what kind of bad thoughts can I have? Bai Yu shook his head, he really simply wanted to give Usopp a break. After all, Usopp has been schizophrenic by all his training. Well, how could Bai Yu have a bad mind? Luffy believed Bai Yu without any hesitation. Luffy still knows me, let's go make money. Bai Yu smiled and walked directly towards the Rain Banquet, the largest casino in Alabasta. Go eat meat. Luffy roared and rushed over. What the hell did this guy here? Zoro shook his head helplessly. The others all laughed and walked in. Just after they walked into the rain feast, a group of people quietly climbed the Going Merry. It's so comfortable. Finally, I don't have to fight with those monsters. I really want to enjoy it. Usopp is very comfortable lying on the splint. Since he got on the boat, he really hasn't rested. Either training, or being thrown out by Bai Yu and forced to fight. Melee, you've been very tired recently, don't worry, we will fix you when we settle the matter here. Usopp stroked the splint, remembering what Ace had said earlier. He actually knew that the current voyage was too much for Melee. It's just that he doesn't want to admit it. He seems to be sleeping, sneak over to hack him and get the money. Keep your voice down, move faster. The agents who climbed aboard saw Usopp lying there. I was going to hack to death quietly, and then take all the money from the pirate ship. It's rude to disturb someone else's sleep. Usopp opened his eyes were very sharp. PFF'd. Several Baroque agents were immediately taken aback by this look. The timid ones did it directly on the ground. You know what? Even if you put a gun to my head, I can make you see your brain in a second. Usopp looked at the agent with the gun pointed at him. The moment the voice fell, the person disappeared in place. Boom. A bullet burst from the agent's forehead. Red and white things are sprayed out with bullets. You make me so angry. Usopp took out his guns and glanced at the people on the boat. What? Run. The agent screamed in fright. Why do people always think they can escape from my Yan Shuanging Usopp's hands? Usopp shook his head, raised his hands, and closed his eyes. Muzzle flamethrower. The bullets flew out densely. Hit those fleeing with unparalleled precision. It's no use hiding anywhere. Bullets are like having eyes on their own. Run. This guy is a devil. Help. What? Screams and calls for help came one after another. But Usopp turned a deaf ear, a completely emotionless killing machine. Soon there was no sound. Only the pungent smell of blood in the air. Gross. Usopp's eyes changed instantly. Sure enough, I can't believe that guy, there must be nothing good for me to stay. Woo, this will take a long time to clean. Ah, who is talking bad about me again? Bai Yu rubbed his nose. Sir, do you still bet? The dealer asked very carefully. Of course bet, all the money is big. Bai Yu directly pushed out a lot of chips in front of him. I'm overwhelmed too. Buy all big. Buy big. The surrounding gamblers immediately followed Bai Yu to place their bets. After driving more than a dozen games in a row, the least of them all won 1,000,000 Baileys. If Bai Yu still wins, it will be 1,000,000,000 Baileys. Gollum. The dealer was trembling all over, and didn't dare to open it at all. You go down, I'll drive. Crocodile came out. Boss. The dealer suddenly broke out in a cold sweat. I'm going to drive here, is there any problem? Crocodile looked at Bai Yu and said. Of course there is no problem. It's my honor for the boss to entertain me. Bai Yu Vivi smiled, he was waiting for Crocodile. This guy has been scraping in this country for 3 years, and there are thousands of agents who have collected money for him. Crocodile is very rich, otherwise how could it be easy to come up with 1,000,000,000 Bailey? He wouldn't think too much about money. Crocodile opens the dice cup. 4, 5, 6. 1 again. Great. Be quiet, this is Boss Crocodile. Boss, these people were just excited, but they thought that the person in front of them was not the dealer, but the boss. It's okay, I can still afford to lose this amount of money. Don't worry, everyone, I have something to discuss with this little brother now, please don't bother. Crocodile said and looked at Bai Yu. The boss doesn't want to be black and black, kill me and then don't have to pay me money. Bai Yu smiled, he was not afraid that Crocodile would not give it. If he doesn't give it, then he just grabs it. It doesn't mean anything, but it's okay to have money. How is it possible? I can still pay for this amount of money. Since I'm here, why don't we go inside and talk about it? The game here is relatively small and not suitable for us to play. Crocodile said with a smile. Okay. Bai Yu nodded, he didn't care. In the face of absolute strength, all strategies are paper tigers. Asterisk. Chapter 55. Broken Crocodile. Walk into the passage behind the casino. Bai Yu knew what Crocodile wanted to do. He had thought that Crocodile would be able to endure a little longer, or buy him off with money or something. It seems that he thinks too much, and Lao Sha is still the sinister and cruel Lao Sha. Boom. Not surprisingly, Bai Yu fell directly into the trap. But he was in no hurry. Since Crocodile liked to play, he would play with him for a while. Looking at Bai Yu who fell into the trap, a smile appeared on Crocodile's face. Just at this time, a figure flew over, falling straight into a trap that hasn't been closed yet. Waiting for Crocodile to react, Luffy and Zoro and Sanji rushed over. Luffy, don't run around, Nami shouted loudly from behind. Crocodile saw Luffy and the others running over, and immediately became alert, ready to fight. However, before he could make a move, the three of them arrived in front of the trap without any intention of stopping. Then, without incident, it fell in. These three fools. Nami glanced at Crocodile and jumped in helplessly. Nami, wait for me. Chopper's hair stood up when he saw Crocodile, and he jumped into the trap. Crocodile, see you later. Robin said and jumped down. Crocodile, what the hell is going on here? Crocodile suspects that this is not a trap, but an escape route. No one else knows, but Nico Robin is very familiar with this place. He even jumped on his own initiative. Said to see you later. Not very harmful, but highly insulting. Since you all want to die, then die. Crocodile is very angry. This is the humiliation of Kai Guago. Really thinks his crocodile is a decoration. And Bai Yu in the basement room was even more depressed. He just came down, and then Smoker fell. Then Luffy, Zoro and Sanji followed. Even Nami and Robin came down. There's an extra chopper on top of his head. What the hell are you guys playing? Bai Yu is really speechless, this can all come in. The point is, Robin knew the trap here, and he would still come in. He was speechless. Smoky bastard. Luffy shouted and rushed over to fight. Wait a minute, what happened? Bai Yu held Luffy, he was really a question mark now. Originally he wanted to play with Crocodile alone. In the end, all these people came. One more smoker. This smoking bastard stole my meat. Luffy growled angrily. Smoker, I want to arrest you, not your flesh, the point is wrong. Okay, let's go out to eat later, what's the matter with you guys? Bai Yu was very helpless, and Luffy could do such a thing. We came in after Luffy. Zoro and Sanji said, I saw that they all came in, so I had to come in. Nami said, they all came in, and I couldn't beat Crocodile, so I jumped off myself. Robin said, Crocodile is horrible. Before Chopper could finish speaking, Bai Yu grabbed Chopper from his head. You guys are really good, I'm convinced. Bai Yu was really defeated by these people. Then how did you get here? Everyone asked in unison. Bai Yu, well, I also came in on my own initiative. Crowd, Straw Hat Pirates, are you a little too arrogant? Crocodile heard the conversations of these people, and the whole person was not well. Who is he? Luffy asked, pinching his nose. The blue veins on Crocodile's forehead bulged one by one. He is Crocodile, one of Shichibukai. Robin introduced very calmly from the side. What? It seems very weak. Luffy flicked the picked booger at Crocodile. Of course it wasn't his intention, it was just random. But Crocodile didn't think so. He was already on the verge of rage, and Luffy's words, combined with the action of flicking his booger, became the fuse that detonated Crocodile. Very good. Very good. Even if I don't get Alabasta today, I'm going to let you all die here. Crocodile was so angry that he directly destroyed the walls of the room. In an instant, the sea rushed in. Along with the sea water came rubber crocodiles. I hope you can be as arrogant as you are now when you are eaten by banana crocodiles. Crocodile said, and his body turned into sand and flew out. Bastard. So despicable. Luffy shouted loudly. Let me do it. Zoro took out his knife and walked to the iron cage. When? A crisp voice sounded. But the cage was not broken. Zoro froze, then armament hockey covered and slashed. When? The iron cage still did not respond. It's useless. This cage is made of sea stone. There are no special tools. Not to mention you, even Hawkeye may not be able to cut it open. Smoker said aside. What? Nami's eyes widened. Bai Yu. Hurry up and think of a way. Sea water is the nemesis of the able. You, I told you, don't panic when you encounter something. Bai Yu shook his head helplessly. He took out a golden key and handed it to Nami. Go open the door. Don't tell me if you have the key. Scared me to death. Nami quickly took the key and opened the door. The good show should be about to be staged now, so let's hurry over there. If it's too late, we won't be able to catch up. Bai Yu smiled, and Crocodile, who was now in a state of rage, would definitely not be able to help himself to grab the throne himself. Now that they have passed, they can also blackmail Cobra. Asterisk. Chapter 56. The consequences of offending the Straw Hat crew. Albana. Under the influence of the Baroque Work Society, the rebels launched a general attack on the king's army. The royal army can only passively defend. Cobra was rescued though. But now it is no longer a word to stop the battle. Kosha, the leader of the rebel army, has already come to the palace one step ahead. Cobra, your reign is over, Kosha shouted loudly. The guards of the palace immediately surrounded Kosha. Kosha, you must stop this fight. Vivi. Kosha froze when she saw Vivi. Kosha, this battle is meaningless. Behind all this is Crocodile's conspiracy. If we continue to fight, it will really be irreversible. Vivi shouted loudly. Well said, Ms. Wednesday. Crocodile fell from the sky. Crocodile. Vivi looked at Crocodile with endless anger. Vivi, come back. You are no match for him. Cobra rushed out, keeping Vivi behind him. Gaka pulled out the knife and put it in his mouth, quickly turned into a jackal, and rushed towards Crocodile. Bell also changed into a falcon form and flew quickly towards Crocodile. Puff. The attacks of the two men arrived at almost the same time. Crocodile didn't even dodge, letting the two attack. The normal attack is strong, and it is useless against Logia. The two patron saints of Alabasta. Crocodile looked at the two and shook his head, it's just a joke. Arc Moon Sand Dunes. The arm turned into sand and slashed towards the two people like a crescent moon. If they were hit by this move, the two would be immediately sucked dry and turned into mummies. The two also wanted to dodge, but Crocodile's speed was too fast, so they couldn't dodge too much. Boom. The two originally thought they would die, but when they opened their eyes, they found that a shield suddenly appeared in front of them. The shield slowly turned into Vivi. Everyone's eyes widened. Cobra's exaggerated jaw dropped to the ground. Vivi, you actually ate devil fruit. Kosha was also very shocked, and directly regarded transformation technique as a fruit ability. But this is normal, after all, transformation technique is a skill from another world. Forget it, Crocodile, I won't let you mess around here again. Vivi's expression was unusually determined. This time she is going to risk her own life for her country. Even you dare to underestimate me. Crocodile looked at Vivi and thought of Straw Hat Crew, and became furious. Desert Sword. Transform. Vivi instantly turned into a small ant, dodging Crocodile's attack. Disappeared. Crocodile frowned, not feeling Vivi's breath at all. At this moment, a large pair of scissors suddenly appeared. Click. Cut the crocodile's head directly. It's a weird ability. Crocodile grabbed the scissors one by one. Vivi was startled, and quickly turned into a bird and flew. Sand followed closely behind. Just when the sand was about to wrap Vivi, Vivi disappeared again. Crocodile's brows furrowed, this ability is too strange. Then he looked at Cobra and the others. Since he couldn't find Vivi, he would deal with other people. He didn't believe that Vivi didn't care about these people. Desert King Kong sword. His hands turned into 4 sand blades and slashed at 4 people. Vivi was shocked, and immediately turned into a square iron body, blocking the sand blade. But the sand blade is too sharp, and Vivi's physical strength has now become such a big thing, and the density is not enough. Puff. Vivi regained his true body and spat out a mouthful of blood. Vivi, leave us alone. Let's go. Cobra shouted loudly. How could I leave my father and my country and run away? Vivi stood up tremblingly, she still had to fight. Your country. Ha ha ha. Crocodile laughed. Although your ability is very strange, your master's is not so skilled, and it can't cause any harm to me. What do you think you can do to protect your country? I have a partner. Vivi thought of Bai Yu, thought of Luffy, thought of Nami, thought of Chopper, thought of everyone on the boat. Partner. Then you ask your partner to save you. Crocodile looked at Vivi disdainfully. Are you sure you want to do this? Bai Yu's voice came from above. Then 6 figures descended from the sky. Bai Yu, Luffy, Nami, Zoro, Sanji, Chopper, Robin, everyone. Woohoo. Vivi burst into tears when she saw these people. Chopper, can you get off me? Bai Yu said helplessly. Ah, have you landed? Great. Huh, Vivi, why are you injured? Doctor. Call the doctor. Chopper shouted nervously. Idiot, aren't you a doctor? Bai Yu tapped the chopper. Ah, yes, I'm a doctor. Chopper treated Vivi right away. The blue veins on Crocodile's forehead were completely bulged, and there was a faint steam coming out of his head. How did you bastards escape? Crocodile gritted his teeth and looked at several people. The key will be put away later. Nami throws the key to Crocodile. Asshole. Humiliated again, Crocodile was outraged. King Cobra, I'll help you fly Crocodile, how much Bailey did you pay? Bai Yu came to Cobra and asked. As long as you can beat him, you can take as much as you want. Cobra also said happily. A king is a king, it's really cool, but you have to remember your promise. Bai Yu smiled and turned to look at everyone can do it now. Rubber. Bazooka. 3 swords flow troubled wind. Air cuisine. Senju cannon. Super electromagnetic cannon. Fist. Giant hand. Slash. Kick. Crocodile was instantly stunned. What is this? When he reacted, he had already flown into the sky, flying far, far away. This is the fate of offending our partner. Asterisk. Chapter 57. Kill the princess, the mysterious marine strikes. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Those bastards. Smoker gritted his teeth at the thought of Straw Hat Crew. I never thought that I would be rescued by pirates one day. Shame. It's a shame. So he decided to go back to naval headquarters to practice for a while, and then come to catch Straw Hat Crew. Colonel Smoker. Something seems to be flying over. Tashigi shouted loudly. What? Smoker turned his head and glanced up. Then, boom. The figure hit him directly. Asshole. Smoker feels like he hasn't had a good time since he met the Straw Hat Crew. But when he saw the people on the boat, he was stunned. Crocodile. At that time, Alabasta, which had not rained for 3 years, finally started to rain because the crocodile was knocked out. The warring rebel and king armies also stopped. The people saw the rain in the sky and shed tears of excitement. It's been 3 years. 3 full years. Finally saw the rain fall. Okay, the matter is settled. King Cobra, you should fulfill your promise, take me to your treasury. Bai Yu said with a smile. Ah, good. Cobra recovered after hearing Bai Yu's words. After seeing the terrifying strength of these people, how could he dare to go back on it? Instead of worrying about how much treasure Straw Hat Crew took, he was thinking about how much treasure was in the treasury. After all, he had been arrested for a while, and he had no idea what was going on in the treasury. Bai Yu, do we really want the Vivi's money? Sanji said with some reluctance. Shut up. Nami knocks Sanji away with one punch. Whoever dares to prevent her from obtaining the treasure is her enemy. A group of people came to the treasury. Luffy immediately rushed in excitedly. But after entering, I found out that this is the national treasury, it is simply an abandoned factory warehouse. Not even a Bailey. King Cobra, are you kidding me? Bai Yu's eyes narrowed. Murderous. Vivi, what do you think I should do? Me. Vivi was so nervous that she couldn't speak. Otherwise, you will be our maid on the pirate ship in the future, and wash and clean all of us to pay off the debt. Bai Yu smiled and looked at Vivi. Bai Yu. Vivi looked at Bai Yu, tears streaming down her face. It turned out that everyone has always regarded her as a partner. Impossible. How can Her Royal Highness become a pirate? Belle immediately refused. How dare you make the princess a maid? Absolutely impossible. Gaka immediately drew his sword and prepared to fight. I do. Vivi shouted loudly. Captain, how are you? Bai Yu looked at Luffy. Hee, so be it. Luffy nodded with a smile. Your Highness. Okay. Don't talk about it, let's solve the problem of war first. Cobra could also see that these people did this on purpose. The purpose is for Vivi to go out to sea with them. Although he knew that if a princess of a country went to sea as a pirate, it would have a great impact on the reputation of the kingdom. But as long as the daughter is willing, all this does not matter. The king's order was issued, and everyone walked out of the treasury. The treasury is now empty, and there is absolutely no need to be guarded. Only the Straw Hat Crew remains in the treasury. Everyone. Vivi looked at everyone. Thank you. You don't need to thank your partners, little maid, you have a lot of work to do in the future. Bai Yu smiled and looked at Vivi. After this battle, Vivi has also matured a lot, and his understanding of transformation technique has also deepened a lot. It must be a lot of fun to be with a woman who knows transformation technique. I'm afraid I won't be able to sail on an adventure with you all. Vivi cried again. She knew very well that if she was a pirate, the reputation of the kingdom would be damaged. After all, she was a princess. The princess definitely can't go out to sea with us. We are pirates. If we don't get the money, then can we just kill the princess? Bai Yu had long known that Vivi would say this. So he had already thought of a way. Kill the princess. Nami's eyes widened. Well, our partner is Vivi, not the princess. Luffy's IQ is back online. What a bunch of villains. Zoro also understood what Bai Yu was going to do. Another riddle. Nami glanced at a few people with dissatisfaction. Robin, the other senior agents of the Baroque Work Society have worked hard for you. Bai Yu would never forget those people. Although those guys are not very strong. But it is still very dangerous for this riddled Alabas. However, he also has no interest in taking action against those people. Now those few people are not even qualified to train them. So it is more appropriate to hand it over to Robin. The unrest was quickly dealt with. Straw Hat Crew was also invited to the palace of the Royal Palace. Thank you very much for helping Alabasta, but you are pirates after all, so hurry up and leave this country does not welcome you. Cobra said very seriously. Father. Vivi was very surprised, did not expect his father to say such a thing. Let's go then, Luffy said indifferently. Vivi, go. Nami called out. Vivi looked at Cobra. Father, I'm sorry, I'm going to sea with my friends. Turning to leave. Catch the princess and don't allow her to go out to sea. Cobra gave the order directly. Yes. The guard immediately took orders and stepped forward to grab Vivi. Do you regret it? If so, don't blame me. Bai Yu disappeared instantly, and when he reappeared, he was already in front of Vivi. PFF'd. Bai Yu's hand went into Vivi's heart. Vivi. Your Highness. The people in the palace exclaimed, and even Nami was startled. The princess is dead, and the account between us is settled. Captain, Let's go. Bai Yu left without saying a word. Luffy didn't speak either, and the group walked out directly. Stop. Don't stop them, we are not their opponents, let them go. The princess has already sacrificed for this country, I don't want anyone to sacrifice for this country. Cobra fought back tears, hugged Vivi who was lying in a pool of blood, and roared loudly. Yes. The guard immediately gave way. Everyone looked at Straw Hat Crew with hatred. But no one took action. Cobra picked up Vivi's body and turned to leave. Your Majesty the King. Do not bother me. Cobra called everyone away and took Vivi into the room alone. Father, I'm sorry. Vivi opened his eyes, nothing happened. I'm the one who wants to say sorry. I've worked hard for you over the past few years. Go and find your partner. Cobra said very gently. Well, father has to take care of himself and wait for me to come back. As Vivi spoke, his body turned into a butterfly and flew out of the room. It was just an illusion created by her and Bai Yu using the transformation technique. Alabasta's princess died at the hands of pirates, and Alabasta has no princess since. And this time, going merry. Usopp has just cleaned all the blood stains. Before he could lay on the ground to catch his breath, a tall figure appeared on the pirate ship. He also wore a white cape. There are 2 large letters on the back of the cape. Justice. Chapter 58. Battle against Marine Admiral Aokiji. Suddenly a man appeared on the boat. Usopp is very depressed. It's just been cleaned up. Waiting for another cleaning. I'll give you a chance to leave while I'm not angry. Usopp didn't even open his eyes, and he didn't bother to move. If he was a little more sensible and left on his own, he wouldn't be too lazy to deal with these little scoundrels. The sniper Yan Shuangying Usopp is offering a reward of 8 million Bailey. I really underestimate you. Your strength is not worth 80 million. Hearing this voice, Usopp immediately sensed something was wrong. After opening his eyes, the white marine costume instantly startled Usopp. Yan Shuangying's personality also disappeared, and his whole body trembled. It's weird, it seems like a different person. Aokiji looked at Usopp curiously, it was the first time he had met such a person. I don't know what you're talking about, I don't think you're a bad marine, don't force me to draw a gun, it'll kill people. You know the Blackbeard pirates. That's all we beat. Usopp was nervous, his legs were shaking. Blackbeard pirates. Aokiji was stunned for a moment. He came out this time not only to see the Straw Hat Pirates, but also to find out the whereabouts of Blackbeard Teach. I didn't expect to get news here. And it was still defeated by the Straw Hat Pirates, which is really incredible. You know how good we are. Let's leave quickly. Those monsters in our pirate group are coming back soon. They are not as talkative as I am. They are all a group of ferocious, murderous demons. When Usopp saw the effect, he immediately shouted. Who do you say is a vicious god? A demon who kills without blinking an eye. Bai Yu fell from the sky and landed on the melee steadily. Bai Yu, you're finally back. Woohoo. Usopp immediately hugged Bai Yu's thigh and burst into tears. I can't believe that our little pirate group would have Marine Admiral dispatched. Is it too high for us? Bai Yu kicked Usopp away. He was very surprised, although he had long thought that one day he would meet Admiral. But I didn't expect this day to come so quickly. Deputy Captain Bai Yu, I've wanted to meet you for a long time. You can make a rookie pirate group so powerful in a short period of time. You're very interesting to me. Aokiji looked at Bai Yu curiously. Sorry, I don't like men. Bai Yu said and took a step back with a look of disgust on his face. I'm interested in your abilities. Aokiji's face darkened, he has no interest in men either. That's fine. Actually, I'm only interested in your abilities. Bai Yu licked his tongue. Aokiji took a step back, and it would not be a good thing if Bai Yu really copied his abilities. This is what Bai Yu wants. He is very aware of his own strength, and against Admiral, he has no chance of winning, even if they all play together. Don't worry Aokiji Admiral, I can't replicate your abilities yet, don't be afraid. Bai Yu said honestly, then I will take you back with confidence. Although Aokiji said that he was relieved, his body did not relax at all. Luffy they rushed back at this time. Why did he come here? The moment Robin saw Aokiji, he collapsed on the ground in fright. There is no way, the shadow of childhood. Who is he? Luffy asked curiously. One of Marine's greatest forces, Admiral Aokiji. Robin said in horror. Marine Admiral. Zoro and Sanji get nervous immediately. Marine Admiral. Not at all. Luffy picked his nose and looked at Xingqiang suspiciously. Monkeyed Luffy, you really do look like your grandpa. Xingqiang looked at Luffy. Grandpa, you know my grandpa. Luffy asked strangely. Well, I have received a lot of favors from him. Aokiji honestly said that before he became Admiral, Garp had been taking care of him. Then let us go. Luffy said immediately. I can let you go. Very good. Don't worry, I can let you go, but I will take Bai Yu and Robin. Xingqiang looked at Robin. Then let's fight. Luffy clenched his fists immediately. Do you know where the two of them come from and who they are? Xingqiang pointed to Robin. This woman was wanted at the age of 8. How do you think she survived all these years? None of the forces related to her still exist. Crocodile is your best example. Looking at Bai Yu again, As for this replicator Bai Yu, it is even more mysterious, even Marine's intelligence network can't find any information about him. So what? What happened in the past is not important, what matters is now, they are our partners. Luffy growled loudly. Yes, Bai Yu is our deputy captain and our partner, and Robin is also our partner. Nami said loudly. You are such a fiery, wanton commenter, it's so impolite. Sanji is also very angry, ready to fight. Marine Admiral, will he die with a few cuts? Zoro's 3 knives are unsheathed, and his eyes are fixed on Aokiji. Really, I even let you go, but you don't leave. I, Yan Shuangying Usopp, can only choose to send you on the road. Usopp stood up, his temperament changed completely, Yan Shuangying Usopp went online again. Gravity enhancement. Chopper directly becomes very strong. And Vivi fell from the sky and landed on the boat. All ready to fight. Don't get involved in this battle, take Robin out of here. Bai Yu knew very well that it was useless to have a lot of people against Xingqiang. Luffy yelled. Luffy, take them away. Trust me, I'll catch up to you. Bai Yu said very seriously. As long as he can hold back Aokiji, with the transformation technique, it's easy for him to evacuate. I see. Luffy agreed. Quan, get member Zhao on board. Leave it to Bai Yu here. Bai Yu. Nami gave a shout. Get on board. Get off. Bai Yu said coldly. Did you think I'd let them go? Aokiji said. Dignified Marine Admiral, shouldn't you be afraid to accept my challenge? Bai Yu looked at Xingqiang. He knew that if Aokiji really wanted to arrest them, he wouldn't say so much. Then let me see your strength. When Aokiji spoke, a chill appeared in his body. Tell Bai Yu with action that he accepts the challenge. Bai Yu, you must catch up with us. Nami shouted loudly. Set off. There were tears in Luffy's eyes, too. But he believed that Bai Yu would definitely defeat Aokiji. Bai Yu slowly pulled out the knife. Xingqiang took a breath and formed an ice blade. Boom. Fight together in an instant. Chapter 59. The strongest blow. A clean break. Please order first. Please subscribe. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. The battle between Bai Yu and Aokiji was fierce though. But it didn't use all the power. Aokiji is afraid of Bai Yu's copying ability and does not dare to use it easily. And Bai Yu is also stalling for time. He knew very well that with his current strength, even with full firepower, it would be almost impossible to defeat Aokiji. It can be delayed as long as he can now, and when Luffy and the others are safe, he can use the transformation technique to evacuate. Your swordsmanship is very strange, I have never seen it at all. Although Aokiji is not a swordsman, his swordsmanship is not bad. There are not a few swordsmen who have fought against him. But the swordsmanship used by Bai Yu has never been seen before. I didn't expect that Xingqiang Admiral would actually compete with me in swordsmanship. I thought you would freeze me directly. Bai Yu is also a little excited. Where can I find such a good sparring partner? As he fought against Aokiji, he felt that Yakiryu's swordsmanship became more and more proficient. What a fast growth rate. Xingqiang was very shocked, he clearly felt that Bai Yu's swordsmanship was constantly getting stronger. Also felt that Bai Yu was using him as a sparring partner. Don't blame me for being distracted at this time. Bai Yu would not miss any opportunity. Cut. Click. Chopped on ice. 137. Have you finally used your abilities? Bai Yu smiled. Then I'm welcome. Second stop. Bai Yu instantly entered second gear, and at the same time used Robin's ability on his arm, growing out a hand holding a knife. Use both abilities at the same time. Xingqiang is very surprised, because no one has ever been able to have 2 devil fruit abilities. Not to mention using both at the same time. He agreed to Bai Yu's challenge, in fact, mainly because he wanted to test Bai Yu's ability. In second gear, Bai Yu's speed is very fast, and with Robin's flower fruit, Aokiji is also in a hurry for a while. Mainly because Aokiji didn't dare to use his abilities easily. Otherwise, Bai Yu would be useless even if he knew armament hockey. Especially after seeing that Bai Yu can use both abilities at the same time. Bai Yu is very enjoyable to play, and it is the first time that I have encountered such an opponent who can kill without worrying about it. The fusion and use of fruit abilities are also becoming more and more convenient. It suddenly occurred to me that Chopper's abilities could also be used. What will happen to the human form when a person uses the Renren fruit? With curiosity, you can directly open the ability of Renren fruit. Boom. Bai Yu's body is not too strong, and suddenly he is very strong. Whether it is physical strength or strength and speed, it has more than doubled. The third ability. When Aokiji saw the sudden change of Bai Yu, he also doubted that this was the third ability. Marine Admiral's ability to observe is good. Yes, this is the third ability. If you add your ability, it is the fourth. Bai Yu didn't hide it, he also knew that it was impossible to hide. In the face of Admiral, it's good to be able to delay time, and if you want to have reservations, unless you don't want to live. The copying ability is also subject to conditions. Otherwise, you have hit me so many times, but you have not copied my ability. You have successfully misled me, but this is the end. Aokiji also discovered the limitation of Bai Yu's ability to copy, and now he is not worried about being copied. The ambient air temperature dropped rapidly. It was discovered. Bai Yu smiled, and observation haki and armament haki opened up. He didn't want to be frozen into ice cubes. Just because Aokiji didn't kill Luffy doesn't mean he won't kill him. Finally serious. Then let me see where your limits are. 2 thorn spears. 2 ice spears flew out. Bai Yu hurriedly avoided. There is no escape. Frozen time capsule. The shock wave formed by the cold air went straight to Bai Yu, freezing everything it passed. Not good. Bai Yu was startled, and the railgun started. Arc flashed all over the body, and a hand grew around him again and took out a coin. Boom. The orange light and the cold collided. Create a huge explosion. Another ability. Aokiji frowned. This was already the 4th ability. BCDG, railgun. Bai Yu roared, his whole body grew a dozen arms, and frantically fired coins. Although the power of this launch will be much smaller, it is better than the number. And his killer copper is hidden in it. Puff. Aokiji was hit in the shoulder and was bleeding. Sea stone. Good. Bai Yu's voice fell, and the 8 inner gates opened directly. 7th gate. Start the door. Open. Boom. A powerful burst of power. Cold sweat broke out on Aokiji's forehead. Fingers go directly into the shoulders, ready to take out the sea stone bullet. Tiger. Bai Yu knew this was the only chance he could beat Aokiji. Boom. Aokiji was blasted out and fell directly into the sea. Call the world. Bai Yu was relieved of all his state, and was gasping for breath. Using so many abilities and skills at the same time, his physique cannot last too long. This is also because the physical fitness has been improved after the last system upgrade. Otherwise, you'd already be exhausted. At this time, the sea quickly froze. I knew it wouldn't end so quickly. Bai Yu sighed. Aokiji's physical fitness and the development of fruiting abilities were almost at their peak. It was really hard to deal with such a person. Bully mouth. A huge ice bird came straight to Bai Yu. Super electromagnetic cannon. Orange beams charged towards the ice bird with a strong wind. Boom. The 2 energies collided together, producing a huge explosion. I really underestimate you. I was almost killed by you. Aokiji froze his injured shoulder and walked over slowly. Isn't it unsuccessful? Bai Yu simply sat on the ground and secretly used healing jutsu to speed up the recovery of his body. Have you given up? Aokiji didn't act immediately. He was actually struggling in his heart, whether to kill Bai Yu or not. These 2 words are not in my dictionary. I know that I am not your opponent, but I still want to try and defeat you with the last blow. Bai Yu said he was in 2nd gear again, but this time he didn't open 8 inner gates. Now that his physical strength is insufficient, it is too dangerous to forcibly open it. And now his purpose has been achieved. The human fruit ability is activated. Muscle all over. Hold the handle of the knife with both hands. Arcs flashed all around. Armament haki wraps around the blade. Yoshio made an ice blade and held it in his hand, and armament haki wrapped around it. His expression was extremely solemn. Because he could feel it, the momentum that erupted from Bai Yu was completely different from before. I just used him as a sparring partner before, even if I did my best, I just fought for the sake of fighting. Now Bai Yu's is fighting for victory. 1 knife Rakshasa. A pure white light burst out from Bai Yu's body. Chingshong. Take it. Break in 2. Chapter 60. Cold people, hot hearts. Please subscribe. Please complete. Please customize. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Quick. It's almost here ultimate, although 8 inner gates are not turned on. But the bonus of Renren fruit and the speed of the 2nd gear state, plus the superpower of the railgun and armament haki. Such a state uses a knife, Rakshasa. Not to mention the strongest blow. At the moment when the knife was cut, the white light on Bai Yu's body instantly turned blood red. Chingshong's eyes widened. At this moment he felt fear. It was a fear that I hadn't experienced in years. Click. The ice blade in Jishong's hand shattered. Blood spurted out. I won. Bai Yu said something and fell to the ground. Aokiji was half kneeling on the ground, covering the wound with his hands, and blood appeared at the corners of his mouth. At that moment, he felt the presence of Conqueror's haki. It's not obvious, but it definitely exists. Turning his head to look at Bai Yu, his eyes were extremely complicated. If Bai Yu's armament haki level was a little higher, he might have really been cut in 2. Bai Yu, what is your goal? Aokiji froze the wound and asked while sitting on the ground. Bai Yu rolled over and lay on the ground. Would you believe me if I said I didn't have a goal? No goal. Then why did you go to sea? Aokiji asked suspiciously. Everyone has their own purpose to go to sea, some are for adventure, some are for treasure, fame and so on, how can there be no goal? If there's one goal to talk about, it's freedom, and I like the feeling of being free. Bai Yu looked at the sky, he just wanted to be free in this world. Unconstrained by anyone, he can go wherever he wants, no one can stop him, and no one dares to stop him. Unrestrained. It's really the character of a pirate, but your character is too dangerous. Sooner or later, you will become the enemy of the world government. Aokiji shook his head and looked at Bai Yu. Who can be sure in the future, maybe you may become an enemy of the world government one day in the future. Bai Yu smiled, he didn't actually hate Aokiji. You seem to know a lot of things, which should not be known at your age. Aokiji frowned, only he knew his current situation. Although this time is for official business, I still want to relax more. Martial is not so easy to be. You should learn this from Kizaru. He is much smarter than you. Wanting to change the status quo of Marine is not something that Martial can do. Don't forget that there are 5 immortals above. Woolen cloth. Bai Yu raised his finger and pointed to the sky. You told me so much, aren't you afraid that I will kill you? Although I am seriously injured now, I still have the ability to kill you who are weak now. Xingshang looked at Bai Yu curiously. He found out that Bai Yu and Bai Yu could chat quite well. If you wanted to kill me, you would have already done it, and you have never used your full strength, and the injury was just your carelessness. Bai Yu knew that although he injured Aokiji, it was only Aokiji muttering about his strength. If the next battle, it will definitely not be as simple as this time. You know, if I report today's battle, your reward will definitely exceed 1 billion Bailey. Aokiji looked at Bai Yu and said, how much is the 4 emperors' reward for defeating you? Only 1 billion. Bai Yu sat up and looked at Aokiji with a smile. It's best not to provoke the 4 emperors with your current strength. They are all monsters. Even me, it's a headache. Xingshang didn't pay attention to Bai Yu's ridicule, but instead reminded him. I didn't expect you to have a fiery heart, this one is not white hits. Bai Yu smiled and now has a good relationship with Aokiji. When the time comes when he's not a marine, he might be able to win over. You recovered really fast. Since the winner has been decided, I'll leave. I won't be merciful next time we meet. Aokiji stood up, ready to leave. Next time we meet, don't be hacked to death by me. Bai Yu smiled. Xingshang waved his hand, did not speak, walked to the coast and got on his bicycle and left. Bai Yu also turned into a bird and flew. Vivi has already comprehended transformation technique very deeply. Although he can't transform other people or items, his transformation time is not limited. Bai Yu is not afraid of getting lost in the sea, and he has an inexplicable connection with the crew before. For flowers. The general direction of the crew member can be sensed. It is a wonderful feeling to become a bird and fly in the sky. Bai Yu also enjoyed it very much. Just at this time, he found a huge pirate ship. The sails are still the logo of the Baroque Works Society. Anything slipping through the net. Bai Yu thought about it and landed on the boat. 2 giants. Bai Yu was stunned for a moment, looking at the appearance of the 2 giants, he probably thought of who these 2 giants were. The giants of prehistoric island, Dory and Brigi. Who are you? Mr. Point 3 looked at Bai Yu nervously. You're Mr. 3, right? I didn't expect you to bring these 2 giants here, should it be Crocodile's order? Bai Yu saw Mr. 3's unique hairstyle, and it was hard not to recognize it. It's you. Bai Yu, vice captain of Straw Hat Crew. Why are you on my ship? Mr. Point 3 was frightened and stepped back again and again. I just passed by. You don't have to go to Alabasta, the crocodile is over, and the Baroque is left with you. Bai Yu said. What? Mr. 3's eyes widened. That was Shichibukai, how could he be defeated by a group of people? Believe it or not, it's up to you, you'll know when you see Mr. 2, let's go, I'm too lazy to shoot at you, these 2 giants belong to me. Bai Yu waved his hand, even if he didn't fully recover now, he was still very easy to deal with such a small role. Candle machine lock, you really shouldn't shoot at me. Bai Yu appeared behind Mr. 3. What? Boom. Mr. Point 3 was directly flew out by Bai Yu. You haven't jumped off the boat yet, do you want me to help you? Bai Yu looked at the other crew members. No need to. I'm jumping off the boat. Forgive. The ordinary crew members dared to resist, and they all took the initiative to jump into the water. Then the faults on the 2 giants were smashed, and the 2 giants were released. He was thinking, if he could invite these 2 giants to join the pirate group, would he also be able to acquire the physique of the giant clan? 1. Chapter 61. The deputy captain's reward is higher than that of the captain. Please customize. Please complete. Although Bai Yu untied the bondage of the 2 giants. But the 2 giants were clearly poisoned. Can't move at all. Apart from breathing, it is no different from a dead person. Encountered. I am also your creation. Bai Yu shook his head and used healing jutsu to rescue the 2 people. Dory. Brigi. The 2 shouted. Can you speak in a lower voice? Bai Yu cupped his ears. Did you save us? Dory looked at Bai Yu. Hey, how did you guys get caught on the boat? Bai Yu asked curiously. That despicable guy approached us and won our trust, but when we were dueling, he hurt both of us, took the opportunity to sneak up on us, and poisoned us. Brigi clenched his fists, furious. 137. Where's that vile guy? I'm going to kill him. Dory had a murderous look on his face. I'm so sorry, he's been kicked out by me. Bai Yu said with a smile. Thank you so much, my name is Dory, I don't know your name yet. My name is Brigi. The 2 giants introduced themselves. Hello, my name is Bai Yu, and I have heard a little about you. It is really powerful to be able to fight in one place for 100 years without being able to tell the winner. Bai Yu's words are not touted, but being able to fight continuously for 100 years is not ordinary. This has nothing to do with strength, it mainly depends on the heart. I can't think of it for 100 years, and there are still people out there who remember us. So happy, Dory. The 2 giants laughed. Are you going to keep fighting? Bai Yu asked. There is no victory or defeat, so we have to keep fighting. We're only one of the two that can go back to Elbaf. Hearing the words of the two, Bai Yu was also a little speechless. It's not enough to fight for 100 years, how bellicose is this? The two of you are 100 years old and can't tell the difference. Even if you fight for another 100 years, the result will be the same. There are many ways to decide the winner, and the battle is not just this one. Bai Yu didn't want these two to continue fighting. These two giants are both powerful, and in the hometown of the giants, Elbaf is a very important person. Personal strength is important, but the sphere of influence cannot be ignored. Elbaf is a place that the four emperors have not conquered. If it can be used for him, it will definitely be a great help. What way? The two asked in unison. You are all pirates. You can compare the reward amount. Whoever has a higher reward will be the best. Bai Yu began to guide. It makes sense, but we don't know what happened to the giant soldiers' pirates. Where are they now? Do you know, Bai Yu? Dory asked. I really don't know this. Without you two captains, the giant soldiers' pirates will exist in name only. You can consider joining my pirates. Bai Yu opened his mouth to invite. Thank you for your invitation, but we still go to our pirate group, but if you need anything in the future, our giant soldier pirate group will help you unconditionally. What's the name of your pirate group? The Straw Hat Pirates. Although Bai Yu was a little disappointed, he didn't care. Anyway, with the help of this group of giants, his power can be considered to have grown. In front of you is Alabasta, where you can groom and see you at sea later. After Bai Yu showed them the way, he was about to leave. Since these two people cannot be invited, then the friendship of these two people will be obtained. Anyway, there will be opportunities in the future, and he must get the physique of the giant clan. Don't say anything else, just say that life expectancy is enviable. Giants can live more than 300 years, 3 times that of humans. See you up there, Bai Yu. Goodbye. Goodbye, friends. The two said in unison. Bye now. Bai Yu said and jumped into the sky, transformed into an eagle, and flew fast. Naval headquarters. The Straw Hat crew actually beat the Crocodile. Sengoku looked at the intelligence material, frowning, and scolded Garp in his heart. It's the monkey family's trouble again. Yes, although not many people know about this, it is indeed Crocodile defeated by Straw Hat crew, and it is an instant kill. Crane said solemnly. Spike. Who? Sengoku is very different. If it is not uncommon to defeat, the second kill is a bit scary. Everyone shot and killed it together. Crane shook his head and said with a serious expression, compared to this, the most troublesome thing is the replicator Bai Yu. What happened? Sengoku felt a little headache. He defeated Aokiji, although Aokiji didn't do his best and was injured carelessly, but in that battle, Aokiji lost. If it wasn't for Bai Yu's armament hockey not being strong, Aokiji would have died at Bai Yu's hands. What? Sengoku suddenly stood up. He is the most aware of Aokiji's strength. Even if you don't use your full strength, you can't hurt anyone. Now it is said that he almost died at the hands of a newcomer. Who would believe this? This is what Aokiji himself said, that Bai Yu can use 4 fruit abilities at once. 4 fruit abilities. Well, it's all copying other people's abilities, and he uses it very skillfully. I don't know if he has the ability to copy Aokiji. Why do these monsters appear one after another? In this case, Bai Yu's bounty should be located at 1 billion Bailey first, and the bounty of others is up to you. Sengoku rubbed his temples, and the second time he offered a bounty of 1 billion Baileys, which was unprecedented. Understood. After the crane finished speaking, he left. Blue. The phone bug rang. Head of Sengoku, Blackbeard Teach has captured the 2nd Division captain of the Whitebeard Pirates, Fire Fist Ace. Send 3.6 ticks into Impel Down. Sengoku stood up excitedly. Finally there is good news. With that, his plan could begin. But before that, you still need to make arrangements. Better to catch that replicant Bai Yu. The Straw Hat Pirates, Vice Captain Bai Yu offers a reward of hundreds of billions of Bailey. The Straw Hat Pirates, Captain Monkeyed Luffy, has a reward of 100 million Baileys. The Vice Captain's bounty is higher than the Captain's. Did Marine make a mistake? The second bounty is at this price, it's really a terrifying newcomer. After the latest bounty list of the Straw Hat Pirates came out, there was a heated discussion on the sea again. It's just that they don't know it. Because now Luffy is thinking about how to get to Sky Island. Chapter 62. Gaia Island, Doflamingo appears. Please customize. Please complete. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. The rise of the Straw Hat Pirates is too fast. For the first time, the total reward of all members exceeded 100 million Bailey. Now it's a 10th jump, and the co-captain's bounty has reached 1 billion Baileys. Straw Hat, Monkeyed Luffy, reward amount, 100 million Bailey. Sniper, Yan Shuangying Usopp, reward amount, 80 million Bailey. Swordsman, Roronoa Zoro, bounty, 65 million Baileys. Chef, Blackfoot Sanji, bounty, 10 million Baileys. Navigator, Little Thief Cat Nami, reward amount, 60 million Bailey. Archaeologist, Devil's Son Nico Robin, bounty, 79 million Baileys. Pet, Tony Chopper, bounty amount, 50 Bailey. All members except Vivi were not offered a reward, all others were offered a reward. Unsurprisingly, the one with the lowest bounty is Chopper. It takes 2 choppers to exchange 1 newspaper. But the saddest Sanji, with a bounty of only 10 million Baileys, is the lowest existence other than Chopper. The most surprising thing is Usopp's bounty. The group member reward rank 3rd and 12th. Gaia Island, Magic Valley Town. Why do the boats here at the dock look like pirate ships? Sanji frowned. Where the pirates gathered, it was easy to make trouble. It's also the easiest to catch Marine's attention. What they fear most right now is attracting attention. Because the result of Bai Yu's battle with Marine Admiral is not known yet, nor do we know how Bai Yu is now. It would be very troublesome if it caught Marine's attention at this time. Set off, Luffy yelled. When? Nami immediately knocked Luffy on the head. We can't get Marine's attention right now, be honest with me. Luffy and I are going to inquire about the news. We will be back soon. You wait on the boat. Zoro stood up. You also stay on the boat honestly for me. Nami shouted loudly. A road idiot went to inquire about the news. I don't care. I'm getting off the boat. Luffy looked unhappy. Miss Nami, let them go down. Sanji knew very well that if the 2 of them were not allowed to go down, it would never stop. It's okay to go down. The 2 of you must ensure that you will never cause trouble. Nami looked at the 2 very seriously. She's here to wait for Bai Yu to come back. Yes, guaranteed not to cause trouble. The 2 nodded honestly immediately. After saying that, he jumped off the boat. Wait a minute, I'd better go with you, or else you 2 idiots will be in trouble if they get lost. Nami looked at the 2 people and was very helpless. I'm going to buy some books too, and I'll be back soon. Robin said and got off the boat. I also went to buy some ingredients, there are not many ingredients on the ship. Sanji said that he was going to get off the boat, but was immediately hugged by Chopper and Usopp on his thighs. Sanji, there are so many pirates here, what will we do if you leave? Now Bai Yu is not here, you must not leave. Usopp hugged Sanji tightly. Sanji, please don't leave. Chopper had a cute expression on his face. Okay, I really got you guys. Sanji was completely defeated, and honestly watched the boat from the boat. I don't know when Bai Yu will catch up, I miss him so much. Chopper sat on the ground. Don't worry, okay, his strength is so strong, he will definitely catch up with us. Sanji sat next to Chopper, looking up at the sky, he will surely land on the ship like an eagle. Boom. The gigantic eagle descended into the sky. At the moment of landing, it turned into a human form. Bai Yu. Chopper ran over excitedly and jumped directly to Bai Yu's face. Sanji, has your observation Hawkeye seen the future? Usopp swallowed and looked at Sanji in disbelief. Not at all. Sanji didn't expect that Bai Yu actually came back after he just finished speaking. Chopper, your snot on my face. Bai Yu took Chopper away from his face and put it on his shoulder. Bai Yu, it's really good that you're okay. Usopp said to come over and hug. Go aside. Bai Yu took Usopp aside mercilessly. Bai Yu. After Vivi came out of the cabin, he shouted excitedly. Then he rushed over and hugged Bai Yu tightly. Miss Vivi, I want a hug too. Sanji looked envious, he was the one who wanted to be hugged. What about the rest? Bai Yu asked. They went to the town to inquire about the information about going to Sky Island. Miss Robin went to buy books. She is expected to be back soon. Want something to eat, Deputy Captain? Sanji looked at Bai Yu with a smile. Bai Yu came back and all of them were very happy. Okay, you say I'm really a little hungry. Bai Yu nodded, and there was no need to say more between them. Boom. Suddenly there was a loud noise. Powerful battle fluctuations came over. It's Luffy's breath. You guys don't move on the boat, I'll take a look. Bai Yu said and turned into an eagle and flew over. This island is full of little pirates, and the one with the highest reward is the hyena Bellamy. However, with that kind of stuff, any one of them will be killed in seconds. It is definitely not easy to make Luffy burst out with such strength. Shichibukai 150. Don Quixote Doflamingo. How could he be here? Guru, it's scary, is this the strength of Shichibukai? Monkeyed Luffy, the straw hat, confide Doflamingo. Why did another Shichibukai appear? Nami's brows furrowed, and Bai Yu was even more worried in her heart. Shichibukai is so strong, how strong is Marine Admiral? It seems that we are not only on the Marine, but also by many pirates. Zoro frowned and put his hand on the handle of the knife. He looked at the pirates around him cautiously. Really, just asking for information, you can provoke a Shichibukai. Nami was also helpless, but she didn't blame Luffy and Zoro. It really wasn't something the 2 of them caused. It's just a Shichibukai, don't worry. Bai Yu fell from the sky and landed beside Nami. Bai Yu. Nami hugged Nami excitedly. Replicant Bai Yu, run. Seeing Bai Yu appear, the pirate who was about to move suddenly collapsed on the ground in fright. They even fled with crawling, and even many people were scared to wet their pants, and they couldn't even run. Doflamingo finds Bai Yu and stops fighting with Luffy. Because he came here for Bai Yu. Chapter 63. Sky Island is real. Please subscribe. Please customize. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Bai Yu was stunned when he saw the situation in front of him. Have absolutely no idea what happened. Bai Yu, what did you do? Nami asked very strangely. What can I do? I just came back, and I came here when I heard a movement here. Bai Yu was a little confused. Haha, Bai Yu, I knew you were fine. Luffy laughed and ran over. Hey, come on, you still don't know your bounty. Doflamingo took out a few bounties. I'm worth 100 million Baileys. Ha ha ha. Luffy laughed while holding his bounty. 65 million Baileys, that's not enough. A smile also appeared on Zoro's face. What are you too happy about? Nami was also very depressed when he looked at his reward order, 60 million Baileys. No wonder those people wanted to do something to them just now. She and Zoro together were 100 million Baileys. Look how much Bai Yu is. Luffy immediately found Bai Yu's reward. It turns out that there are as many as me, 100 million Baileys. Idiot, you're missing a zero. Nami tapped Luffy on the head and swallowed, billion Baileys. Nani, 10 billion Baileys. Luffy's eyes widened and his jaw dropped. Zoro and Luffy are the same expression. Damn Aokiji, the labor and management will definitely chop you up next time we meet. Bai Yu knew immediately that Aokiji must have reported naval headquarters. Otherwise, there would never be such an outrageous reward. The co-captain's bounty is higher than the captain's. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this. Dare to say that there are not many people who have cut Aokiji. How about Bai Yu and our cooperation? Doflamingo said. Cooperation? Be a human trafficker with you, and be a dog for celestial dragons. Bai Yu sneered. He knew too well who Doflamingo was. If you cooperate with such a person, you will be eaten and not even the scum will be left. And it's impossible to leave the Straw Hat Pirates. Doflamingo's face suddenly became ugly. Bai Yu smiled when he saw this. Just kidding, don't be angry. Bai Yu, you are a smart person, you should know that your bounty is very abnormal. This is Marine deliberately targeting you. If you cooperate with me, I can help you solve this matter, and cooperate with me, I can make your abilities fully developed. I can help you find any ability you want to copy, even if you want to copy my ability. Doflamingo laid out his own terms. I'm a little bit moved by that. Bai Yu smiled. However, I don't have the habit of being a dog, so forget it. I still like to be happy with my not so smart partners. Bai Yu, are you saying I'm stupid? Luffy asked suspiciously. Of course not, I'm complimenting you. Bai Yu said seriously. It turns out that, you bird man, hurry up, we will not cooperate with you. Luffy shouted loudly at Doflamingo. Bai Yu, is this your choice? Doflamingo looked at Bai Yu with jumping eyes. Yes, didn't you hear our captain? Unless you want to fight me. Bai Yu said that his hand was already on the handle of the knife. Forget it, a new era is coming, and hopefully then you will understand that the Don Quixote family is always open to you. After Doflamingo finished speaking, he flew straight into the sky. Let's go back quickly, too, something is wrong now. Bai Yu frowned, and he had an ominous premonition in his heart. Well, I don't feel right either. Nami nodded. I'm not leaving, I'm going to Sky Island. Luffy started to get angry. Bai Yu, hurry up and persuade Luffy, he has always wanted to go to that non-existent Sky Island. Nami knew that only Bai Yu could stand against Luffy at this time, and the others were useless. Sky Island is real, if you want to go there is no way, go back to the boat and talk. Bai Yu also wants to go to Sky Island to have a look. And where there is so much gold, he will not let it go. Bai Yu, you are so nice. Luffy jumped for joy. I asked you to persuade Luffy, not to make you afraid of the wind. There is a lot of gold jewelry on Sky Island. Bai Yu interrupted Nami. Hearing the gold jewelry, Nami's face changed instantly. Haha, what are you waiting for, let's go now. The four quickly returned to the pirate ship. Robin has also returned, took out a map and handed it to Nami. This is the map of Gaia Island. If you want to go to Sky Island, you can go to the other side of the island and ask someone. Then he glanced at Bai Yu. Welcome back. Humph. Nami immediately stood in the middle of the two. Bai Yu, do you have the latest reward order? Sanji asked curiously. Yes, let me show you. Quote. Bai Yu handed the reward to Sanji. I'll see how much it goes up. Sanji couldn't wait to find his own reward. 10 million Baileys, not bad. What about me, do you have mine? Chopper's eyes lit up. Chopper, you've got a bounty too. Sanji said loudly. Woo, I've also been rewarded, I'm a real pirate. Chopper cried excitedly and took his reward. Then the whole person was stunned, and even forgot to cry. 50 Baileys. A newspaper costs 100 Baileys. Chopper, don't be impatient, it's the first time you've placed a bounty, and it will definitely increase next time. Sanji comforted gently. Chopper wiped his eyes and picked up the other people's bounties. Luffy's bounty has reached 100 million Bailey. He. Of course. Luffy laughed immediately. By Lee. Usopp ran over. What about mine? 80 million Bailey. Seeing his own reward order, Usopp's whole person is not well. It actually increased tenfold. Now it's even more dangerous. And Sanji's face became more and more ugly. After reading everyone's bounty, he fell to the ground. Waste. Chef. Worth 10 million Baileys. Zoro stepped aside immediately. Green algae head. Want to fight. Flames erupted from Sanji's eyes immediately. Okay. I wanted to kill you for a long time. Zoro's hand was on the hilt of the knife. When. The two fell to the ground. You give me a little quiet, and now immediately spare the back of the island to find a way to Sky Island. Nami clenched his fists, and it would be hard for these people to not fight for a day. Set off. Luffy jumped to his seat and shouted. Chapter 64. Public Execution. Ace. Please customize. Please complete. Naval Headquarters. Chingchong, Kizaru, Akainu 3 Admiral are in the office. And Garp and Crane. Sengoku glanced at the silent Garp and said, Garp, you may not attend this meeting. The old man knows who he is and what he should do. Garp glanced at Sengoku, then remained silent. All right then, I called everyone here today to discuss the issue of publicly executing Fire Fist Ace. Sengoku spoke up. I agree. Recently, the sea has become more and more chaotic, and the New World is also very violent. It is necessary to carry out a major cleanup. Akainu had a cold face, full of killing intent. Fire Fist Ace is Whitebeard's 2nd Division captain. If we announce the news, with Whitebeard's character, we will definitely kill him. That man is very scary. Kizaru said Whitebeard, and the expression on his face was also extremely rich. Aokiji pondered for a while and said, if the execution is public and the Whitebeard pirates can be wiped out, that might be a good choice. You all underestimate the 150 men. Even if the Whitebeard pirates are eliminated, Marine will be severely damaged. Garp shook his head. He was someone of the same era as Roger and Whitebeard, and it wasn't that Whitebeard had played against him. Even with Whitebeard's age now, it's not so easy to deal with. Just a loser of the old days. I can't believe the strength of our entire naval headquarters can't handle a single Whitebeard. Akainu said coldly. Forget it, let's go with you. Garp got up and left the meeting room. Crane, thank you for your hard work, release the news, and a month later, publicly execute Portkas D. Ace. Sengoku made a direct decision. This is his last fight after his abdication. Regardless of the outcome of this battle, he will retire from the position of marshal. Otherwise, he would not have made such a crazy decision. Understood. Crane nodded and walked out of the office. Assemble the 7 warlords of the sea and attend the meeting. Sengoku continued with the order. Also, issue an invitation to that copy BCDG, Bai Yu, inviting him to become Shichibukai. That kid. Akainu frowned. This is the meaning of the above. You don't have to worry about it. Kuzan, go for it. Sengoku ignored Akainu, who had been supporting Aokiji as the next Marine Marshal. But the above support is Akainu, so there is no good face for Akainu. No one likes this kind of subordinates who report the situation by leaps and bounds. As for Kizaru, he is better than monkeys, and he has always watched tigers fight while sitting on the mountain. Understood, but the character of that kid may not be so easy to agree. Thinking of what Bai Yu said, Aokiji probably guessed the result. Aokiji, don't forget your identity. You were too close to the pirates. Akainu looked at Chingchong in dissatisfaction. I know my identity very well, you should remember your identity. Aokiji looked at Akainu without fear. Akainu clenched his fists and the lava fell to the floor. Aokiji's body was also cold. It's scary, I'd better go first. Seeing this, Kizaru directly activated the fruit ability and ran away. Enough for you two. Save your strength against Whitebeard. Sengoku roared. Chingchong dissipated the chill and walked out of the office. Humph. Kai Tian snorted coldly and walked out. Gaia Island. The Straw Hat crew found the descendant of Vinbrand Roland, Vinbrand Kulik. After a simple communication, Kulik decided to help Straw Hat crew. The originally dilapidated melee was renovated with the efforts of everyone. The sheep's head became the head of a rooster, and a pair of wings were added. After everything is ready, everyone is ready to go. Sail. Target Sky Island. Luffy shouted loudly. Set sail. Going Merry is flanked by 2 salvage ships of the Tsuruyama Combined Army. In front of these 2 big ships, Meili looked very small and cute. A huge Uzumaki appeared, and the Merry entered the Uzumaki by the sea current. Straw Hat crew. Bai Yu. Aokiji came over on a bicycle. Seeing that the boat entered Uzumaki, he hurriedly shouted loudly. Why is Aokiji here? He's not coming to arrest us again, is he? Usopp was already intimidated by the huge Uzumaki. Now Chingchong appeared again, and even hugged Bai Yu's thigh directly. What are you talking about when I go to Sky Island and come back? Bai Yu didn't want Aokiji to spoil his plans to go to Sky Island. Then, Aokiji waved his hand and threw a box. What's this? Bai Yu opened the box and saw a phone bug and a letter inside. After opening it and seeing the contents inside, he smiled. Shichibukai. Nami was shocked by the side. It seems that the world government and Marine are going to make a big move. I have just been offered a bounty of 1 billion Baileys, and they directly invited me to become a Shichibukai, and I have to go to naval headquarters for a meeting. This is not an easy thing. Bai Yu immediately thought of Ace. At this point in time, the event that can make the world government and Marine pay so much attention is probably this one. Great, if you become Shichibukai, then we won't have to worry about getting caught by Marine. Usopp was immediately excited. 7 warlords of the sea, to put it nicely, are actually just running dogs of the world government. Do we need such a name? Bai Yu tore the invitation to shreds. I want to be One Piece, not Shichibukai. Luffy said loudly immediately. Deputy Captain, you rejected the invitation of the world government, and the world government will not let you go. Robin said aside. They all offered a reward of 1 billion Bailey to kill me, will they let me go? Bai Yu shook his head, completely ignoring this. As soon as Usopp opened his mouth, there was a roar, and the Mary was shaking constantly. The current is coming. Everyone hurry up. Nami immediately shouted loudly. Boom. The water is soaring. The Mary was swept into the sky by this powerful current. Chapter 65. Enel large power bank please customize. Please order all. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Publicize the news of Ace's execution. Spread rapidly around the world. It seems that Marine is trying to kill the chickens this time. Whitebeard isn't a chicken, Marine got the wrong guy this time. Even Whitebeard can't break into naval headquarters to save people, right? A fool would do such a thing. For the sake of a crew member, the entire pirate group would be lost. This kind of thing is definitely not worth it. Whitebeard is the strongest man in the world, how could he be afraid of Marine? This time, there is a good show to watch, and if there is a fight, it will be the battle of the century. Whitebeard pirates versus naval headquarters. The world is talking about Ace's public execution. Some people think that Whitebeard will definitely save people, and some people don't believe that Whitebeard will fight against the world government and Marine for a crew member. But there is also a book that believes that Whitebeard will definitely save people. At this time, the Whitebeard pirates of New World. Dad, we must rescue Ace. Marco clenched his fists tightly, wishing to rush into the underwater prison to rescue Ace now. Dad, give an order, we must not ignore Ace. Joes gritted his teeth and said. Dad, we're going to save Ace. The pirates of the Whitebeard pirates shouted in unison. For them, the Whitebeard pirates are a big family, and everyone here is family. The family is in trouble, how can they not help? With those who follow me, prepare to risk your life. Gather everyone. Set out to save Ace. Whitebeard stood up and roared. Roar. Rescue Ace. Rescue Ace. Everyone shouted in unison, the momentum was huge, and they went straight to the sky. This is the Whitebeard pirates. Red hair pirates. Captain, the Whitebeard pirates are gathering, and it seems that they have decided to save people. Ben Beckman said. It finally happened. Let people prepare. The pattern of this world is about to change. The red-haired Shanks sighed helplessly. When Ace went after Blackbeard, he went to Whitebeard. Too bad Whitebeard didn't listen to his advice. One more thing, about Blackbeard. Ben Beckman said. There are rumors that Blackbeard was beaten on the Grand Line, and it was Luffy who beat them. Luffy can beat Blackbeard. Shanks' eyes widened in disbelief. He believed that Ben Beckman would not tell him untrue information. After I got the news, I didn't believe it either. Later, I investigated. At that time, Luffy and the others were indeed on Drum Island. The pet chopper on their boat was on Drum Island. Ben Beckman took out a bounty. Luffy's vice captain, Bai Yu, the fruit cloner, offered a bounty of 1 billion Baileys, and it was said that he and Aokiji fought a dead end. Billion Bailey. How much is Luffy's bounty now? Shanks frowned. The bounty amount was too terrifying. This is their latest bounty. Ben Beckman passed the bounty to Shanks. I didn't expect this kid to grow up so fast, and he really found a group of powerful partners. It's just that this Bai Yu is too strange. Shanks also had a smile on his face when he saw Luffy's reward. Just the day before yesterday, the world government also issued an invitation to Bai Yu for Shichibukai. Ben Beckman said again. Why Shichibukai again? Can you finish it all at once? Shanks gave Ben Beckman a disgruntled look. Did he agree? No. When Chingwa sent the invitation letter, Straw Hat crew happened to take the sea current and went to Sky Island. Ben Beckman finished thinking about it. No, that's all. Although that guy Luffy is an idiot, he still sees people very accurately, so you don't have to worry about it. With such a powerful deputy captain, I can rest assured. Let's deal with Kaido and Andy first. The redhead shook his head. No matter how strong Bai Yu was, he was only a newcomer, and he was also from Luffy's group, so he was not worried at all. What he is most worried about now are the two time bombs Kaido and Big Mom. If Whitebeard went to attack Marine to save people, no one would be watching from New World. Ask for flowers. Boss, it's not good, Kaido is gone. Lakilu ran over in a panic. He committed suicide again. Redhead asked suspiciously. No, he seems to have gone to the Grand Line, and it is said that he was drinking when he left. Lakilu said quickly. Forget it. Let's leave him alone with that drunken lunatic. It's better if he's not in the New World. Arrange someone to keep an eye on the movements of the Beast's pirates. The redhead felt a headache, and none of these people had peace of mind. Inside the Beast's pirates, Kaido's room. He had knocked a big hole in the roof. But on the ground is a reward order from Bai Yu. Point 0. At that time, the Straw Hat crew guys are having a great time at Sky Island. Bai Yu, who was lying on the cloud beach, suddenly opened his eyes. He suddenly felt very uncomfortable, as if something bad was about to happen. Bai Yu, what's wrong with you? Nami came to Bai Yu's side and asked with concern. Fine. Bai Yu shook his head, he knew that the feeling just now was definitely not because of Enel. Although Enel's Shanglei fruit is very strong. But to him, there was no threat at all. Even if he doesn't use rubber fruit, he has the ability of railgun, and attacking him is to charge him. Thinking of this, Bai Yu suddenly had an idea of putting Enel on board. Enel is simply a large power bank. Luffy, come over here. Bai Yu shouted. What's the matter? Luffy ran over. How many people do you think we should fit on our ship? Bai Yu asked. I originally wanted to find 10 partners, but now I have found 8, and I still need a musician, a boatman, and a helmsman, so it seems like there are too many people, but it doesn't matter, as long as everyone is me just be happy together. Luffy chuckled. Then I know, you guys have fun here, I'll go do something. Bai Yu turned into an eagle and flew into the sky. Large power bank, he is determined to win. 1. Chapter 66. Take the initiative to request the trial of God. Please customize. Please complete. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Annie returns to Fulu. Just took a bite of an apple and sneezed. The result was all sprayed out. After feeling it, no one spoke ill of him. Could it be those Qinghai people? Enel was a little puzzled, the feeling just now made him very uncomfortable. This apple is really good, no wonder you like it. Bai Yu suddenly appeared beside Enel, picked up an apple and started to eat. How did you get in? Cold sweat broke out on Enel's forehead, and he didn't even realize how this person got to him. If it is to attack him, then he is really dangerous. I walked in. Bai Yu ate the apple in 2 bites. Not to mention, the taste of the apples in Sky Island is different, so I picked up another one. 150. Don't eat my apple. No, who are you? Enel questioned loudly, lightning flashing constantly on his body. Really stingy. Bai Yu said and poured all the apples into his mouth. Anyway, his Luffy's physique, let alone apples, he ate all the plates for you. Believe it or not. Court death. Enel unleashes a powerful electric attack Bai Yu. Well, come on, it's really comfortable. Bai Yu felt that the railgun ability in his body had been strengthened a lot. 20 million volts. Enel ramped up the power. Bai Yu suddenly felt a little hot in his body. Call. He exhaled a puff of white smoke and felt much more comfortable. Enel's eyes widened and he gritted his teeth. 100 million volts. Bai Yu's whole body flashed with electric light. Exhaled air is hot. Now Bai Yu's has only one feeling, comfortable. He clearly felt that under the stimulation of Enel's ability, the ability of the railgun was constantly improving. You know, the gun sister can emit 1 billion volts of current. Enel is only 200 million volts at most, which is not an order of magnitude at all. That's why Bai Yu regards Enel as a large power bank. Don't stop, can't you cast 200 million volts? Bai Yu is feeling comfortable, and if he comes here a few times, he feels that the railgun can be advanced. To die, Enel picked up the golden club and hit Bai Yu on the body. When a crisp sound rang out. Gold is good, I like it. Bai Yu said and grabbed the golden stick. Gold so heavy is also worth a bit of money. I kill you. Enel roared. 20 million volts. Thor. Powerful thunder and lightning wrapped around Enel's body and turned into a thunder giant. The huge fist went straight to Bai Yu. Bai Yu picked up the long stick, and armament hockey wound it. Instantly disappeared in place. Boom. Enel punched in the air. Boom. Bai Yu appeared behind Enel and knocked Enel away with a stick. How is this possible? How could you hit me? Enel was shocked. He was a Logia-capable person, and it was impossible for ordinary attacks to hit him. Do you really think Logia is invincible? Bai Yu sneered. This world is very big. With your little strength, it's okay to bully ordinary people. In the face of a real strong person, with your little strength, you are nothing. Enel's fruit ability is well developed. However, like Ace, he relies too much on fruit ability and neglects his own training. With this strength, he really didn't need much strength to kill Enel. I am God. No one can disobey me. Give me death. Enel roared, and a powerful lightning force erupted from his entire body. God's punishment. The huge lightning beam shone with dazzling white light and went straight to Bai Yu. Super electromagnetic cannon. The orange beam and the white beam collide. Boom. Boom. Lightning flashed in an instant. Powerful energy is continuously radiating out to the surrounding. The entire palace was razed to the ground in an instant. A huge roar resounded throughout Sky Island. God is angry. Get on your knees. God, please forgive us. God, please calm your anger. Don't send God's punishment. The residents of Sky Island immediately all knelt on the ground and began to pray. Hey, what are you doing? Where is God? Luffy asked suspiciously. Get down on your knees. God is already angry, how dare you be so disrespectful? Get down on your knees. Don't implicate us. God, please forgive this ignorant man. Sky Island residents looked at the Straw Hat crew angrily. Forget it, let's go, these people are crazy. Zoro shook his head, looking in the direction from which the voice came, thoughtfully. Then can I buy things now without paying? Nami's eyes suddenly lit up. Now these people are all kneeling on the ground motionless. Then it's okay for her to take things and not give money. Bold Qinghai people, how dare you blaspheme God? The plot is serious. He will be tried by God. A group of people in white clothes and white berets came out. God's trial. Seems interesting, doesn't it? Luffy looked eager to try. Stupid Luffy. Didn't you hear that's punishment? Beat him and let's escape. Usopp hid behind Zoro in fright. Where is the god? Maybe Bai Yu was fighting on it, and he went to fight by himself, so let's have fun. Zoro sneered. He never believed in or worshipped God. It just so happens that there are still a lot of rare ingredients. If there is a god, then stew it. Sanji is also eager to try. He doesn't believe in God, unless it's a beautiful woman. The white berets. Arrest them. Hasso. 3.6 A group of people crawled forward and surrounded the Straw Hat crew. Everyone crouched down. Luffy shouted and grinned. Rubber. Cyclone. 57. The soldiers were instantly emptied. Only a dumbfounded Captain McCracken was left standing there. Hey! Luffy gave a shout. McCracken fell to the ground in shock by Luffy's shout. You, take us to that god's trial. Luffy picked up McCracken. What? McCracken didn't come back to his senses. I said take us to the trial of God, or I'll pick you up. Luffy looked vicious. Okay, I'll take you there. McCracken hurriedly agreed. Since these people seek death by themselves, he naturally has no opinion. Chapter 67. God's trial equals food tour. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Boom. Say, are you a god? I am God. Boom. Say it once. You are God. Boom. Wrong. I am not a goddess. Monument. I already said I'm not a god, why are you still fighting? Sorry, it went smoothly. Quote. Enel's head is full of big bags, his nose is blue and his face is swollen, and he is completely out of shape. He wanted to resist, but he couldn't. I swear in my heart that I will kill this bastard in the future. The Sky Island is too small, and your knowledge is too small. There are too many strong men on the wide sea. You will know when the time comes that you are just a lucky person, that's all. Bai Yu knows Enel's character, and it is definitely not an easy thing to make him surrender and join the pirates. The most important thing now is to let Enel know his weakness and make him curious about the sea. As for the rest, just get on the boat and have Luffy and a few of them there. People in Gao Lang 12 will gradually become Luffy. You should be considered a strong person in Qinghai, right? Is there someone stronger than you? Enel doesn't believe it, and it's not that he hasn't met Qinghai people. Those people are simply vulnerable. I'm really not a strong person, there are too many people who are stronger than me. Bai Yu shook his head, although his current strength is not bad, but compared with those old guys, he is still a lot worse. I'm really curious. Enel looked to the horizon. Since you are curious, then join our pirate group, and soon you will be able to see the real powerhouse. Bai Yu immediately sent an invitation. I'll go by myself. When? The golden club in Bai Yu's hand hit Enel's head, and his swollen head swelled up a bit. Have you forgotten where you are now? Hearing Bai Yu's words, Enel reacted. Now his life is in the hands of others. Just chatted and completely forgot about it. If you join our pirate group, I can make you stronger. Maybe one day in the future, you can really become a god. Bai Yu smiled. There is a system, these crew members, it is really possible to become gods. Then I will join your pirate group. If you deceive me, even if you die, I will not let you go. Enel looked at Bai Yu and said very seriously. Welcome to the Straw Hat Pirates. Bai Yu stretched out his hand. Enel hesitated and extended his hand. The two hands were clasped together. Tear down this broken drum. Bai Yu felt awkward looking at the drum behind Enel. Can't sleep panic. Enel, don't worry, I'm a professional, come on, don't be afraid, it won't hurt at all, and it will be very comfortable. Bai Yu smiled and reached out to the drum behind Enel. You, don't come here. Enel kept backing away, the drum already attached to his bones. If it was pulled out, his bones would be broken. Don't be afraid, you'll be fine. Bai Yu held Enel down. What is it called? It seems like it hurts. Bai Yu said helplessly, he was using healing jutsu, how could it hurt? Hey, it doesn't seem to hurt. Enel froze for a moment, not expecting that it really didn't hurt. Enel looks much more handsome without the drums. Bai Yu then looked at Enel's earlobe. Mainly too long. Enel was startled and quickly activated his ability to stay away from Bai Yu. Your earlobe is so long, do you want me to help you? No. Before Bai Yu could finish speaking, Enel simply refused. Forget it. Look at where our people are, let's find them first. Bai Yu has not yet obtained the ability of Enel, so naturally he cannot accurately locate other people's positions. They entered the trial of the gods. Enel's face suddenly became ugly. Bastard. Dare to betray me. What's wrong? Bai Yu asked very strangely. My 4 priests actually betrayed me and held a banquet with Qinghai people. Enel's body started flashing arcs as he spoke. When? That's our partner. What Qinghai people? Pay attention to what you say in the future. Bai Yu tapped Enel. Why is it so painful for you to hit me? Even elementalization is useless. Enel shook his head and asked. This is armament hockey. Your heart is actually a kind of hockey. We call it observation hockey, and there is a kind of hockey called conqueror's hockey. Bai Yu said anxiously. I will teach you all of this in the future. Let's go now, and you won't be able to eat delicious food later. Delicacy. Enel froze for a moment. Come on, you'll know why they betray you when you go. Bai Yu hurriedly urged, although he was flying very fast, but with this faster thunder and lightning around, he was too lazy to move. At that time, Luffy had a great time. There were all kinds of weird animals. These bizarre creatures have all turned into delicacy on the table. The original trial of the gods has become the road of food. The four priests were also attracted by these delicious foods. After being beaten by Luffy and the others, they chose to join in, mainly because these delicacies are too fragrant. Zizi. Lightning flashes. The meat in the mouth of Sishengong fell to the ground. It was only now that they remembered who they were. It's thundering, Luffy said and put the meat from Usopp's plate 150 into his mouth. When? Idiot. How can thunder strike on a sunny day? Nami roared and looked up at the sky. Luffy, you're eating my meat again. Usopp was very angry. Lord Enel, please forgive us. The four priests knelt on the ground, constantly begging for mercy. Do you still know me? Enel's figure appeared, his face full of anger. Enel, god of Sky Island, god. Usopp hid directly behind Zoro in horror. Okay, you get out of the way first. Bai Yu pushed Enel aside and rushed over. Bai Yu. Usopp's eyes widened, his jaw dropped to the ground. That is God. He was actually pushed aside by Bai Yu. Bai Yu's arms grew longer and grabbed all the meat from Usopp's plate. Then there's Sanji and Zoro's. Luffy didn't have it anywhere, and was rushing to eat it. Enel's nose moved. Bai Yu, eat later. What's going on? Nami grabbed Bai Yu. He is Enel, the ruler of Sky Island, the Logia Thunder Fruit ability, and now joins our pirate team. After Bai Yu said that, he started to eat. What? Chapter 68 Bai Yu, exclusive skills. Enel was cautious at first. But after the first bite of delicious food, I couldn't stop. Delicious. Delicious, he had never eaten so good before. Now he understood what Bai Yu had just said. No wonder the four priests forget their mission. He almost forgot who he was. Bai Yu, is it really okay for you to let this guy join our pirate group? Nami said in a low voice. No problem, didn't you see that this guy has been conquered by Sanji's food? Bai Yu smiled, that's the power of food. The four priests are already stupid, and their gods actually joined the pirate group. They had absolutely no idea what Enel was doing. It's not right to leave a good god, and he actually wants to be a pirate. However, it seems to be very good to be a pirate, but the food is so delicious. The banquet continued into the evening. Enel also slowly blended in. Such is Luffy's ability that anyone with him will be assimilated very quickly. Enel, are we partners now? Nami said with a smile. Partner. Enel was stunned, hearing the word for the first time, that's it. Then tell me, is there any gold here? Nami asked expectantly. There is gold, but you are a few years late, and the gold has already been used by me. Enel shook his head. Used. Nami's eyes widened. Sky Island has no metal, I used all the gold to make the Ark Proverbs. Enel didn't hide it. Anyway, now he doesn't want to go to Infinite Land, he has to conquer Qinghai first, and then go to Infinite Land. Ark, Proverbs, all made of gold. There was a golden light in Nami's eyes. Hey, originally I was going to infinity, but if I don't go now, it's useless. Enel has no concept of money. Useful, so useful. Nami was very excited. Although she doesn't know what the Ark Proverbs is, something made of gold must be valuable. Come on board and set off. Bai Yu said. The banquet is also over. Now comes the most important time, Enel's abilities and exclusive skills are coming. Ding. New crew Enel detected, ability sync successfully. Exclusive skills are being generated. Boom. As the system beeps sound. A powerful force burst out within Bai Yu's body. Bai Yu, what's wrong with you? Luffy was startled and asked quickly. You go first, I'll find you later. Bai Yu gritted his teeth and said something, then jumped aside. Now the power of lightning in his body is uncontrollable. Continuing on the ship would be dangerous for others, and the Mary would be destroyed. Boom. A terrifying current appeared, and the surrounding trees were instantly destroyed. Quick, get out of here, Nami immediately shouted loudly. Although she didn't know what was wrong with Bai Yu, she was certain that if they continued to stay here, everyone would die. Who the hell is this guy? Enel looked at the power of lightning that Bai Yu unleashed, which was much stronger than his. He's our vice captain, Robin said with a smile. Deputy captain, I'm looking forward to a sea trip now. A look of anticipation appeared on Enel's face. At this time, Bai Yu was not feeling well at all. The two forces within the body, the railgun and thunder fruit, were constantly colliding, as if they were fighting, and no one would obey the other. He had never encountered such a situation before. The power of the railgun is getting stronger and stronger, and the power of thunder fruit is obviously insufficient. Just at this time, the three fruit powers of rubber fruit, ren fruit and flower fruit appear, and they are directly fused with the power of thunder fruit to counter the power of the railgun. So much power exploded within the body. Bai Yu's body will turn into lightning at one time, and rubber at other times. It's not over, right? Be honest with me. Bai Yu roared, his own power exploded, and began to suppress the power of these riots. The power of the riot was instantly suppressed. These forces began to slowly merge. Bai Yu froze for a moment, completely not expecting such a situation to happen. With the fusion of these abilities, Bai Yu's own power continues to grow. Boom. Bai Yu's body flashes with lightning. Just like a Super Saiyan. Ding, the host's exclusive skills have been successfully integrated, please name it. The sudden prompt sound made Bai Yu stunned. Unexpectedly, he even came up with a special skill. Look at your state. Think about it. Shura. Ding, named as Deli's Gong. Shura. Host exclusive skills, can grow skills. Quote. The introduction is very simple. But Bai Yu could feel the power of this skill. He can be elementalized, and he can also have the ability of fruits such as rubber fruit, and he can also use a railgun. Not only that, when he turned on his skills, its own strength has also skyrocketed more than tenfold. If he was fighting Aokiji now, he would definitely not be as embarrassed as last time. At least Xingqiang broke out with all his strength and he was not careful. He has no fruit ability now, and all his abilities are integrated into one skill. In the future, those who have the ability will board the ship, and the power of Devil Fruit will also be integrated into the skills of Shura. The most important thing, he can directly absorb Devil Fruit. Chapter 69. Pegasus Meteor Fist. Please customize. Please complete. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Ongoing Mary. With Bai Yu's fusion of all fruit abilities and railguns. Luffy, Nami, Robin Chopper, Enel and others also burst out with powerful energy. The strength of the crew has a great impact on Bai Yu. Similarly, Bai Yu's increased strength has a great influence on the crew. Skill-related abilities have the greatest improvement. Although others have improved, it is not so obvious. However, everyone felt the improvement of their strength. And the most improved is Nami. Because her ability is a railgun. Almost instantly, her understanding of the railgun reached a whole new level. What's going on? How do I feel like I'm getting stronger? Luffy clenched his fists and stared oddly. It's obviously amazing to become stronger. Me too, but I feel like I have something to do with the co-captain. Robin reached out and felt that the ability development of flower fruit had been greatly improved. I feel like I can now do 7 changes without the Lambo ball. Chopper felt stronger too. If he wants to make 7 changes, he must use the blue wave ball, and the effect is only 3 minutes. But now he does not use the blue wave ball at all, and he can also perform 7 stage changes. Enel also felt his strength improve. 150. It's just that he didn't say it. Zoro, Sanji and Usopp have the smallest improvement. But it can also be clearly felt. The strength of all members has been improved. After adding Bai Yu's anomaly, they immediately thought it was because of Bai Yu. It seems that everyone's strength has improved. Bai Yu suddenly appeared on the pirate ship. Bai Yu, are you alright? Nami ran to Bai Yu's side and asked with concern. Don't worry, okay, I'm fine. Bai Yu rubbed Nami's hair. Not only is he fine now, but his condition is better than ever. Why do I feel that you are different? Zoro looked at Bai Yu suspiciously, but couldn't tell what was different. My ability has improved, and this is all due to Enel. His fruit ability is very powerful, so that my ability has also evolved, and you have all benefited. Bai Yu said and looked at Enel, with a smile on his face. Thank you, Enel. Enel looked bewildered and had no idea why Bai Yu wanted to thank him. Bai Yu is a replicator who replicates the fruit. He can replicate the abilities of all of us. He also replicates your abilities, and his strength has improved, which is also good for us. Luffy's IQ suddenly came back online. No wonder my attacks are of no use to you. Enel thought that Bai Yu had copied his abilities from the beginning. My copying ability has many limitations. At the beginning, I didn't copy your ability, but Nami's ability, which is against you. Bai Yu said and looked at Nami. Nami also immediately understood, and immediately began to flash arcs around him. Thunder Fruit. Enel was very puzzled, he did not expect that someone had the same ability as his master. Nami's ability is called a railgun. It's similar to your ability, but it can't be elementalized. However, if the energy in Nami's body is completely released, it can reach up to 1 billion volts, 5 times that of you. Bai Yu opened his mouth to explain. 1 billion volts. Enel was amazed that it took him so many years to develop Thunder Fruit's abilities. It can also cast up to 200 million volts now. Nami can cast 1 billion volts. Sure enough, joining this pirate group is a very correct choice. You will know later. Now that you are on the ship, I said that it will make it possible for you to become a real god, so I will give you a gift on board first. Bai Yu said and pointed his finger on Enel's forehead. Skill transfer. This is. Enel's eyes widened, shocked. Pegasus Meteor Fist. From the world of Saint Seiya, it is the nirvana of the protagonist Seiya. Due to the different rules of the world, the effect of the skill has changed, please comprehend it yourself. This is a magical skill that belongs to the category of super universe human beings. It is a god level in the true sense BCDG. That's why Enel was shocked. With this skill, he can really become a god, a real god. Enel, what skills are you? Luffy immediately leaned over and asked curiously. Then Usopp and Chopper followed. This curious trio is always curious about new things. My skill Pegasus is called Meteor Fist. Enel said. Pegasus. It's amazing. Can you shoot a meteor? Hit and let's see. The curious trio immediately said. Others were also a little curious after hearing it. After all, there is no simple answer to the skills Bai Yu gave them. There's no way to cast it now, but when the Grand Line shows it to you. Enel said. Nami, go get the devil fruit we got earlier. Bai Yu wants to try his skills to see if he can really absorb devil fruit. Now, although Nami didn't know what Bai Yu was going to do, he still went to get things honestly. Hey, Paramesha force fruit detected, can be absorbed. When devil fruit was placed in his hand, the prompt sounded. Open black lens bracket power fruit. Paramesha, after absorbing it, you can increase your own strength. Quote. Absorb. Devil fruit dried up quickly on Bai Yu's hands, and then disappeared into dust. Bai Yu felt his power increase again. Devil fruit gone. Nami watched as devil fruit, worth hundreds of millions of Baileys, disappeared. Also a little distressed. Bai Yu, are you all right? Devil fruit can only take one. Robin asked nervously immediately. It's okay, I didn't take it, but absorbed it with my ability. Bai Yu didn't hide it either. There is absolutely no need to hide his current strength. His only weakness now is that Hawkeye's level is too low. As long as he cultivates Hawkeye's level, he is not afraid of anyone. After playing Sky Island for a few days, the crowd came to Enel's arc Proverbs. After seeing this arc made entirely of gold, everyone was a little shocked. Bai Yu was also a little surprised. He found that Enel really was a genius. With the merry anchor to the arc, the Straw Hat crew is ready to leave. The place to play is also played here. Have eaten everything that should be eaten. And Luffy is not a patient person, and he almost wants to leave after playing. As for what happened on Sky Island, Enel didn't want to care. Bai Yu didn't want to take care of it either, and Luffy wouldn't take care of it, unless he was given meat to eat. But apparently those people didn't give Luffy meat. Take the proverbs back to the Grand Line. Direct access to the City of Water. Chapter 70. Special Crew, Ship Spirit Melee. Please customize. Please complete. Going Merry, the injury is a little serious. Bai Yu looked at the broken Going Merry and sighed. It was very rare for a small light sailboat to take them on this dangerous Grand Line for so long. Especially when I came to Sky Island this time, the impact of the huge water flow was too strong, and Mei Li's damage to the number was very large. Don't worry, I will fix you. Bai Yu stroked the Mary and said softly. Thank you. A child's voice rang in Bai Yu's ears. Bai Yu was stunned for a moment, then reacted and called out to Mei Li, is that you? But got no response. Bai Yu, what's wrong? Luffy asked suspiciously. Let everyone come over. Bai Yu shouted immediately. What happened? Nami asked suspiciously. I just heard Mei Li's voice. Everyone put their hands on the Mei Li, and we called Mei Li from the bottom of our hearts. Bai Yu said quickly. Mary. Luffy's eyes widened. Well, it's Going Mary's ship spirit. I'll explain this to you later. Now join me and call Mary in my heart. Bai Yu doesn't have time to explain now. The ship spirit has just appeared, and at this time, the ship spirit must be called out. If I can't call it now, I don't know how long it will take next time. Seeing Bai Yu's serious look, everyone else put their hands on the Mei Li. My heart kept calling out Mary's name. Everyone, thank you. Mei Li's voice rang in everyone's ears. A white shadow appeared in front of everyone. Ghost. Usopp hid behind Bai Yu with a scream. Chopper jumped directly onto Bai Yu's shoulders. Nami and Vivi, one left and one right, hugged Bai Yu tightly. Hey, a special crew member, Ship Spirit Melee, and the exclusive skill is being generated. Special crew. Bai Yu was a little puzzled, because he didn't have the ability of a ship spirit. Mary's exclusive skill. Kido. Open black lens bracket Kido. Advanced incantation from the world of Shinigami, divided into 3 types. Hado, Dao Dao, and Kaido. Due to different time rules, the effect has changed, please realize it yourself. Closing parenthesis. Seeing Mei Li's exclusive skills, Bai Yu was also taken aback. System, this is the rhythm to make Mei Li become Shinigami. He was even thinking, when Mei Li became the Master Kido, would he go straight to Zanpakuto? Mary, come here. Bai Yu hooked his hand and asked Mei Li to come over. Mei Li tilted her head and glanced at Bai Yu, floating over from the air. A few people around Bai Yu immediately covered their mouths. Trembling all over. Mei Li, you have witnessed the establishment of our pirate group, and it is also our first pirate ship. At the same time, you are also our most important partner. I hope you can always accompany us to sail in this sea. Bai Yu said very seriously. I would also like to take you on the voyage. I am very happy to be with you, but I can no longer sail. Mei Li's voice was a little sad. After listening to the others, they all froze for a moment and looked at the broken Mei Li. Tears flowed uncontrollably. Mary, sorry. Luffy apologized loudly. Mary, I can definitely fix it. Yes, Enel, if you can build the proverbs, you will definitely be able to repair the ship, right? Usopp looked at Enel with tears in his eyes. I don't know how to repair ships, and this proverb is also built by the original priest I hired. Enel shook his head. It doesn't matter. I'm very satisfied to be able to sail with you, but it's a pity that I can't take you to a farther place. Mary's voice sounded again. The Mary may not be able to continue sailing, but Mary will always be with us. Bai Yu said and put his finger on Mei Li's forehead. At this moment, the damaged Mei Li burst out with a dazzling light, forming a ball of light that merged into Mei Li's figure. Mei Li's illusory figure also quickly solidified. A small loli carved in pink and jade appeared in front of everyone. Hello everyone. Mei Li smiled and said hello. Mary. The boat is gone. My treasure. My orange tree. What a cute little girl. A group of people were very shocked when they looked at Mei Li. Only Nami thought of money and orange trees first. Treasures and orange trees are here. With a wave of Mei Li's little hand, a pile of treasures and an orange tree appeared. Impressive. Luffy's eyes lit up immediately. Are you really Mary? Usopp looked at Mei Li curiously. Dot for flowers. Mei Li, you are amazing. Change it. Luffy came to Mary's face, eyes lit up. Well, it was the power that the vice captain gave me that allowed me to have an entity. Mary nodded. Please take care of me, Captain Luffy, I'm a strong mouth. Sure, no problem. Luffy grinned. Mary, can you transform into a robot? Cannot. Can that be turned into a boat? Cannot. Can it be turned into a giant? Cannot. Could that be? When? What are you thinking about? Nami roared, and when she turned to look at Mei Li, a smile appeared on her face. The speed of changing faces is comparable to flipping a book. Point 0. Mary, don't pay attention to this idiot, can you help me put away the treasure in the orange tree? Nami said with a smile. Sure. As Mei Li waved her hand, the treasure in the orange tree disappeared. Mei Li, in the future, only if I ask you for the treasure, you will be able to enjoy it, and no one will give it to anyone else, understand? What Nami is most worried about is that the treasure is stolen. Now that Mei Li is there, naturally, there is no need to worry. However, don't worry about foreign thieves, but domestic thieves still have to be on guard. A few women were better. Except for Bai Yu, none of the men on board were reliable. Yes, got it. Mei Li nodded cutely. Mary, where did you put your things? Bai Yu is also curious. Put it in my stomach. Mei Li's little finger pointed to her stomach. Can you store living things? Bai Yu asked. Mei Li shook her head. There is no air in it. Bai Yu probably also understood that it should be because of the Mei Li number in Mei Li's body that a storage space-like existence was born. Mei Li, how much space is there in your body? Bai Yu asked curiously. Mei Li looked around and said, it should be able to load this ship. It's amazing. Mei Li, get dressed up. Luffy's eyes glowed. When? We are in the air now, do you want to fall to our death? Mary, don't listen to him. Nami knocks Luffy to the ground again. With Mei Li's presence, the ship is full of joy. Landed smoothly in the water capital. 1. Chapter 71. The plan to rescue Ace. Please customize. Please complete. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Water capital, also known as Water 7. The shipbuilding industry here is very developed. The original one-piece ship was built here. Besides, the blueprint of Pluton, one of the 3 ancient weapons, is here. Although Bai Yu didn't need any ancient weapon, he was still a little curious. Mei Li, put this ship away first and take out the scattered gold. Bai Yu originally wanted to dismantle the proverbs and sell it for money, but after thinking about it, he kept it first. After all, this is a flying ship. It is likely to be used in the future, and they are not short of money now. 2 billion Baileys were obtained from Crocodile, and with the scattered gold obtained by Sky Island, there were also several 100 million Baileys. So they are really not short of money. Kararay Company, Dock 1 office. What kind of boat do you want to order? Bingshan asked with a smile on his face. Super luxurious. Super big. A big ship that can be transformed. Luffy shouted with glowing eyes. Luffy is amazing. Chopper's eyes also lit up. The appearance of the boat is easy to say, and the material I will use is the treasure tree atom. Bai Yu made the request. Treasure tree atom. Several other people were stunned for a moment, and they had not heard of it at all. The strongest treasure tree atom in the world, it is rumored that Roger's pirate ship was built with the treasure tree atom. Robin said aside. Yes, but I don't have the treasure tree atom here. Iceberg shook his head, not to mention the price, even if you have money, you may not be able to buy it. How could he be here? It should be available on the black market, money is not a problem. Bai Yu asked Mei Li to take out 200 million Bailey, this is a deposit of 200 million Bailey, is there any problem? 200 million Bailey is almost enough. It seems that there is a treasure tree atom auctioned on the black market recently. I will help you get it. Iceberg said and glanced at it, and the 2 boxes of Bailey said, this is 200 million Bailey, are you not afraid that I will hack your money? It's okay, we still have 2 billion Baileys. Luffy said honestly. Idiot. Don't reveal it casually. Luffy, shut up. Don't say we have 2 billion Baileys. Nami and Usopp directly pressed Luffy to the ground. I don't think Mr. Iceberg would want to offend a billionaire bounty. Bai Yu smiled slightly, he was really not afraid that Bingshan would embezzle his money. Of course, the reputation of Kararay Company is still there, please rest assured, I will notify you as soon as I get the treasure tree atom. Cold sweat appeared on Iceberg's face. He also remembered that the people in front of him were Straw Hat crew. That's hard work, Bai Yu said and got up to leave, just walked to the door, turned and glanced at the woman next to the iceberg. Khalifa, don't keep staring at me, be careful to fall in love with me. After speaking, he took Mei Li and left the office. What is Bai Yu saying? Luffy looked puzzled. Idiot. Go away. Zoro looked at Luffy speechlessly. Cough, let's eat meat. Luffy yelled and ran out. After walking out of dock number 1, a group of people found a restaurant and started to eat. It seems that Marine is really going to make a real move this time, and he is going to publicly execute the captain of the 2nd Division of the Whitebeard Pirates. I heard that the Whitebeard Pirates have assembled in New World to save people. What? Are they crazy? Fighting Marine for a crew? That is the strongest man in the world, Whitebeard, there is nothing he dares to do. Unexpectedly, Fire Fist Ace is so powerful that Marine will be caught. I heard of the new Shichibukai Blackbeard teach, otherwise he wouldn't be Shichibukai. Hearing the people around him talking, Luffy stood up instantly and walked over with a gloomy face. How could Ace be caught by Marine? What are you excited about? It's not normal for pirates to be caught by Marine. Monument. Luffy angrily knocked the speaker down. You, how do you beat people? The diners were immediately frightened. You are not allowed to speak ill of Ace. Luffy said with a gloomy face. It's all true, you read the newspaper yourself. One of them dropped the newspaper on the ground. Above is the news of the public execution of Ace, and a photo of Ace's arrest. Luffy picked up the newspaper tremblingly. Ace. Bai Yu. Ace. Ace him. Don't worry, I'll take a look first. Bai Yu stood up and took the newspaper. After seeing the content, he frowned. Sure enough, some things that are bound to happen cannot be stopped. Bai Yu. I'm going to save Ace. Luffy clenched his fists. I know, let's get out of here first. Bai Yu nodded and pulled Luffy out. This is not the place to talk about things. But it's about how to enter the underwater prison to save people. The others followed immediately. Mei Li took out the proverbs, and everyone came to the boat. If you want to save Ace, you must first know where he is being held, and secondly, we must have a complete plan. Otherwise, with just the few of us, not only will we not be able to get out of Ace, but we will also risk our lives in vain. Bai Yu said very seriously. But, Ace is about to be executed. Luffy was very emotional. Don't worry, there is still time, and it's not just us who want to save Ace. Don't forget, Whitebeard is also gathering people to save people. Bai Yu continued to persuade that if Luffy, this idiot, rushed into naval headquarters directly, it would be over. Well, I see, then let's hurry up and save people. Luffy stood up immediately and said. You know shit, you still don't know where Ace is being held, how can I save it? Bai Yu knocked Luffy on the head. Bai Yu, didn't Aokiji give you -3.6 phone bugs? You may be able to know where Ace is locked up if you ask Aokiji. Nami said aside. It seems so, what about the phone bug? Bai Yu just remembered that he still has Chingshong's phone bug. Is it this one? A phone bug appeared on Mei Li's little hand. Where did you find it? Bai Yu said something very different. If he remembered correctly, the phone bug should be on the Mei Li. When I absorbed the hull, I expelled the living objects. I picked it up on the ground. It was fun and I stayed. A smile appeared on Mei Li's face. You're amazing, Mary. Luffy hugged Mary excitedly. Okay, then let me contact Aokiji. Bai Yu picked up the phone bug. Chapter 72. Buster Call. Can it hurt God? Please customize. Please complete. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Carare Company. You shouldn't be here, Iceberg said coldly. Don't be so impersonal, Ace Bagu. Frankie took off the hat from his head, revealing his face. I have no relationship with you before. If you have something to say, if you have nothing to do, get out of here. The iceberg looked bored and gave no face at all. I heard you found a treasure tree atom on the black market. Frankie had a big smile on his face. Bingshan's face turned cold. Don't even think about it. Don't try to be a treasure tree, or you will die. I'm a little curious about the person who can make you so jealous. Could it be someone from the world government? Frankie asked curiously. This is not something you should ask. You should get out of here immediately, or I will expel you from the water capital in the name of Chief Shi. Iceberg looked at Frankie indifferently. Really? Don't ask. Don't ask. Goodbye, Mr. Iceberg. Frankie put on his hat, turned and left the room. Bastard. Why don't you get out of here? Iceberg clenched his fists, completely lost the icy look just now. Mr. Iceberg, are you alright? Khalifa walked into the room and asked. It's alright, let's go, there's still a lot to do. Bingshan immediately returned to his cold expression. Khalifa pushed her eyes and said nothing. At that time, Bai Yu was talking to Aokiji. I thought you wouldn't contact me. Chingshong Nan's lazy voice came from the phone bug. Ask you something. Bai Yu wasn't going to talk nonsense either. What do you want to ask Ace about? Good. There are things you'd better not be involved in. There is no way. Who made me have a fool captain? I must be involved in this matter. He is in Impel Down. Just because you can't break into Impel Down to save people. How do you know if you don't try? Then be careful yourself, if I meet you, I won't be merciful. It's really ruthless, and I won't be merciful to you, so be it. After Bai Yu finished speaking, he hung up the phone. Because he already got the answer he wanted. It's not hard to get into Impel Down. But if you want to save people from it, it will be very difficult. And what Aokiji said just now is very clear. If they go to Impel Down, there's a good chance that Admiral will take a shot. It would have been different if Admiral had a shot. Bai Yu, where is Ace locked up? Luffy Bai Yu was very anxious if he didn't speak. It should be in the Impel Down deep sea prison. Bai Yu said. Then let's go save Ace now. Luffy shouted immediately. Idiot, don't worry, do you think Impel Down is so good? Bai Yu looked at Luffy angrily. You calm down first, we still have time, Ace is not in danger right now. Now what? Luffy panicked completely. Wait for the opportunity, don't forget, it's not just us who want to save Ace, but also the Whitebeard pirates. Bai Yu didn't intend to be a hero by himself. And now things have come to this point. Summit War must start. Ace, are you really okay? Luffy asked nervously. It's alright, trust me, let's go and save Ace together when the time comes. Bai Yu was very serious about guaranteeing. He didn't believe that with his current strength, he couldn't save Ace. Better get Ace on board too. Anyway, it is impossible for him to save Ace by himself, and if there is even a chance, Whitebeard wants to get on the boat, although he knows it is impossible. However, although Whitebeard can't get on his boat, other people are different, such as Brother Pony and the others, he still has a chance. Okay, let's go and save Ace together at that time. Luffy was instantly happy. Okay, our boat is too conspicuous, let's put it away, it's fine now, everyone can go out to relax and relax, Nami's pocket money comes out. Bai Yu said with a smile. It was rare that Nami didn't say anything, and took the money very generously. Haha, I want meat, go. After Luffy got the money, he ran straight out. Everyone else also smiled knowingly, and they could finally relax, they had been really nervous for a while. Even Enel went shopping and even took money from Nami. Mei Li was taken away by Nami. Mainly because, now Mei Li is a small mobile vault. Handing it over to someone else Nami would never rest assured. Hope, Mary doesn't get spoiled by Nami. Bai Yu watched a group of people leave with a smile on his face, I'm going to do my thing too. As soon as the voice fell, Bai Yu disappeared in place. With Thunder Fruit's ability to go anywhere is convenient. At that time, the guys at CP9 found Robin. In fact, when the Straw Hat crew landed in the water capital, they already knew it. Just because of Bai Yu's presence, they didn't dare to approach easily. Now that there is only Robin alone, they are naturally not afraid. O'Hara's demon son, Nico Robin. Hearing this sentence, Robin frowned instantly and stopped. Looking at the three masked people walking by, who are you? CP9, said the masked man. Robin was shocked and his face changed. She fled for so many years, how could she not know about CP9? 30 round flowers. No nonsense, direct attack. Nico Robin, we are here to negotiate with you, not you. The masked man hurriedly shouted. They didn't expect that Robin shot them directly, and the speed was too fast, they didn't notice at all. I have nothing to talk about with you guys. 150 years old said coldly. The Straw Hat crew is really strong, even if we face them, there is no certainty that we will win, but do you think they have the strength to fight against Buster Call? The masked man said quickly. What? Buster Call? Robin was shocked, she could not care about these people, but Buster Call she had to care. Yes, we have the power to launch a Buster Call. I think you should be very clear about the power of Buster Call. Do you think Straw Hat crew can dodge it? The masked man also sneered when he saw Robin's state. Say, what do you want to do? Robin disarmed. You have two choices, one is to defeat us, and then we launch a Buster Call, everyone will die together, the second is to cooperate with us and join CP9 to help us awaken the ancient weapon. The masked man made a condition. Are you crazy? You want to wake up the ancient weapon? Robin's eyes widened, he didn't expect the world government to be so crazy. Such a weapon must be in the hands of the world government and cannot fall into the hands of pirates, so what is your decision? The masked man said again. I join you, Straw Hat crew can all get out of here safely. Asked Robin. Of course, if you join us, we can awaken the ancient weapon, and naturally there is no need to destroy this place. The masked man looked at Robin after speaking. I answer. What is Buster Call, can it hurt God? Chapter 73. Enel's Second Road. Please subscribe. Please customize. Please complete. What is Buster Call, can it hurt God? Enel suddenly appeared. When he was on Sky Island, his hardnet ability could easily cover the entire Sky Island. It is not difficult to cover the water capital now. The three masked people were startled and immediately alerted. Enel. Robin was also very surprised. What a stupid woman to give up her life for others. Enel said indifferently. Who are you? The masked man asked coldly. To you, I am God. Without Bai Yu's suppression, Enel's second-year illness was committed again. Crazy. It seems that you are also a member of the Straw Hat Pirates. The voice fell, and the masked man who spoke disappeared. Too slow. Discharge. 30 million volts. Enel stretched out a finger, and a powerful current instantly penetrated through the mask of the masked man and through his head. Nero, don't be impulsive, he's a Logia capable, retreat. After the two of them finished speaking, they turned around and quickly evacuated with steps. Logia capable people are not what they can deal with now. Enel didn't stop either. Let the two go away. Let you all experience Pegasus Meteor Fist once. Enel's voice fell and appeared in midair, his left hand raised and his right hand clenched into a fist. Pegasus Meteor Fist. Countless fist shadows with thunder light rushed towards the two in an instant. Boom, boom. Lightning flashes in the sky. The two masked people have long since disappeared. I remember you're an archaeologist, do you know any delicious fruit here? Enel appeared in front of Robin and spoke. Does this have anything to do with archaeology? Robin was also a little speechless. As Buster Call related to us. Enel said, you don't understand, Buster Call can easily destroy this island. Robin wasn't finished yet. Annie said directly. I can also destroy this place, and it is very easy for a long time. If I'm not mistaken, your strength is not Bai Yu's opponent. Even Bai Yu is not an opponent against Marine Admiral. Although you are Logia, the three Marine Admirals are all Logia, and they are all Master Hawkeye, which is extremely powerful. Your attack is strong, and it is difficult to cause any damage to them. You have no chance of winning against Admiral now. Robin is very serious, now we must find Bai Yu and Luffy. Bai Yu is no longer on this island, he should be doing something. Enel didn't say anything, he really couldn't beat Bai Yu. Not only can't beat, but was completely abused. That's troublesome, let's go find Luffy, besides Bai Yu, Luffy is the strongest. Robin said immediately, you mean I can't even beat Luffy? Enel frowned, he admitted that he couldn't beat Bai Yu, but he was really dissatisfied with the others. When the time comes, you can try it. By the way, Luffy is the ability of rubber fruit, your thunderbolt is useless to him, and he can also Hawkeye, your element words are useless to him. Robin wouldn't suggest letting Luffy hit Enel at all. Enel, at that time, Frankie had been knocked to the ground, sturdy inside the bag. Why haven't they come over, Lucci? Khalifa said impatiently. The phone bugs can't get in touch either, so there must be something wrong. Kaku is also a little worried. Lucci's work has always been very reliable and has never failed. But this time it's been a long time coming. Even if there is a situation, with Bluno around, should I be able to come back? Khalifa frowned. Isn't it because I met that Bai Yu? Kaku suddenly thought of Bai Yu, the pirates who offered a bounty of billions of Baileys, they were not rivals. No, they met God. Enel suddenly appeared in front of the two of them. Who are you? Are you guys with those three masked guys? Enel glanced at the two of them, then turned to look at Frankie, who was bound. Little brother, please help me untie it, I will teach them a good lesson. Frankie shouted loudly, you're going to knock them down. Enel looked at Frankie suspiciously. Don't underestimate me, I'm super awesome. Frankie shouted loudly, okay. With a wave of Enel's hand, a flash of lightning undid the rope. Finger pistol. Kaku's fingers pierced Enel's body. Bro, Frankie yelled. That's Marine 6 styles. You're not as good as Usopp. Enel shook his head. The body recovers slowly. Logia. Kaku stepped back quickly. Aren't you going to knock them down? Enel looked at Frankie, then sat on the sofa, took out a red fruit from his pants kabuto and ate it. Look at me Frankie. Finger pistol. Puff. Before Frankie could finish speaking, he was hit by Kaku and fell to the ground. Asshole. Frankie roared, feeling ashamed of himself. Weapon left hand. Boom. A cannonball flew out. Sentence. Kaku disappeared in place. Boom. Frankie was knocked back again. Khalifa, you take Frankie him, I'll stop this man. Kaku said and brought Frankie to Khalifa's feet. Stop me. Enel took the last bite of the fruit, have you seen God? Tempest kick. Kaku along with the tempest kick system to Enel. Enel was cut in half in an instant. Get out. Kaku turned around and shouted. Just then, Enel disappeared. Enel hugs Khalifa from behind. Take Lee's, God's care. Zizi. Khalifa was smoking all over and fell to the ground. Bastard, who the hell are you? Kaku rushed over angrily. I am God. Enel's voice fell, disappeared again, and appeared above Kaku's head. God's punishment. Boom. A powerful thunderbolt hit Kaku in an instant. Too weak. Enel said and took out a green fruit, took a bite, and wanted to go out. Wait a minute, please tell me your name. Frankie shouted loudly. God Enel. After he finished speaking, he disappeared in place. I remember your name, I will definitely repay this kindness. Frankie shouted loudly. Then he struggled and walked out, he was going to tell the iceberg all this. Just after he left, Kaku, who fell to the ground, struggled to stand up. Chapter 74. The old acquaintance of Impel Down. Please customize. Please complete. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Impel Down. This deep-sea prison known as the Iron Wall. In front of Bai Yu, there is Tofu Dregs. He came in silently, and no one noticed. This is the power of transformation technique. The ability of clone fruit simply cannot be compared with transformation technique. After all, one is an imitation and the other is a transformation. Not one dimension at all. As soon as he entered the first floor, Bai Yu saw an acquaintance. Clown Buggy. Buggy, long time no see. Bai Yu looked at no one around, and appeared directly in the cell. Who? Buggy was taken aback, but after seeing Bai Yu, his eyes immediately burst into flames of anger. Bastard, it's you who is wrong. How did you appear here? Buggy was about to scold when he suddenly thought that this was a deep-sea prison. And Bai Yu was not wearing handcuffs and shackles. Want to go out? Say something nice. Bai Yu smiled and looked at Buggy. Wouldn't it be boring if Summit War didn't have Buggy's participation? How can you, a handsome man all over the body, appear here? Buggy's face changed instantly. Go and see your old captain's son. Bai Yu said with a smile. Old captain, son. Buggy looked puzzled. Portgas Ace, that's Roger's son, isn't Roger your old captain? Bai Yu looked at 150 and pointed to Buggy. You won't even forget your old captain. How did you know this? Buggy's face suddenly became solemn. I know more than you think. By the way, when Marine executes Ace, your old redhead Shanks will come too. Bai Yu said and waved. Goodbye then. After he finished speaking, he disappeared in place. Bastard, aren't you going to let me go? Buggy roared angrily. But Bai Yu had already left. Even if he released people, it was not now. This time he came to step on the point first. When the time comes, let it all go directly, not only to make Summit War more lively, but also to destroy Blackbeard's plan, serving multiple purposes with one stone. He didn't stop all the way, and came directly to the 6th floor. After reaching the 6th floor, the prisoners here are obviously different. Even if their abilities are limited, these people are very terrifying. Cowardly people don't even have the courage to face these people. Bai Yu saw another acquaintance here. Crocodile. Lao Sha, it's a good life here. Bai Yu appeared in front of Crocodile. Have you hallucinated? Crocodile looked up at Bai Yu. How much you, BCDG, hate me. Bai Yu is also very helpless. How cruel is this guy in his heart? Really? It's you bastard. Crocodile's eyes were blood red and he looked at Bai Yu hatefully. You really don't understand my good intentions. I want you to recognize yourself. I am helping you. You will know in a few days. Bai Yu sighed and shook his head. Then do I still want to thank you? Crocodile gritted his teeth. Then you don't have to. Just remember it in your heart. Just like this, go first. Bai Yu said and disappeared in place. Asshole. Crocodile roared angrily before realizing, how did Bai Yu get in? Ace, Jinbei, how are you doing here? Bai Yu appeared in front of the two of them. White Bai Yu. Ace's eyes widened. Bai Yu. Jinbei was also very surprised. He didn't expect that the person Ace said would appear in front of him, and he even knew him. I said, I won't let you go to Blackbeard, how come it's overturned now? Bai Yu looked at Ace, also a little helpless. Are you here to mock me? Ace's face was very ugly. I came in just to tell you that Marine is going to execute you publicly, to expose your identity in front of the world, and kill you. Bai Yu really had no interest in mocking Ace. What? Ace was surprised. But don't worry, your father Whitebeard will bring the Whitebeard pirates to rescue you. Bai Yu said again. Father, it's not worth it for someone like me. Ace's tears kept coming out uncontrollably. Think about it now. Bai Yu shook his head. Ace was still too young. Bai Yu, when you come here, you must be able to get out, right? I'll trouble you to find Dad and tell him not to come and save me. People like me shouldn't appear in this world. Ace growled loudly. Little devil, wanting to die at such a young age is really worthless. There is a coward like you on the Whitebeard ship. A rough voice came from the deepest part of the cell. Doc's bullet, you were here and thought you were dead. Bai Yu said with a smile. Anyone else knows me. Bullet was a little surprised. He was imprisoned for so many years, and he thought that people outside had long forgotten him. Have you figured out how to beat Roger for 20 years? Bai Yu asked with a smile. Who are you? Bullet's voice changed. You'll know soon enough, think about what to do after you go out these days. Be quiet now, I still have things to do. After Bai Yu finished speaking, he looked at Ace. Your brother Luffy is going crazy and wants to save you. I didn't let him come, but we will all go there when you are executed. There are still a few days, think about it, and tell you by the way, if you join our pirate group, I can let you out now. Bai Yu smiled and looked at Ace. Impossible, even if I don't want to die, I'm still a member of the Whitebeard pirates. Ace refused outright. Forget it, Jinbei, what about you? We still lack a helmsman on board. Our captain is the man who is going to become the pirate king, will you come? Bai Yu smiled and looked at Jinbei. You invited me, I'm a Murloc. Jinbei didn't expect that Bai Yu would suddenly invite him. What's the matter? There are many monsters in our pirate group, and it's not bad for you. Bai Yu shrugged. Jinbei was bound to win anyway. Thank you for your invitation, I will consider it. Jinbei said very seriously. That's fine, you also prepare. It is estimated that Ace will be sent to naval headquarters in the next 2 days, and it is time for you to leave here. Bai Yu knew that Ace would not be kept here forever. Otherwise, Whitebeard wouldn't be able to come and grab people. Really? Arrogant boy, do you want to let us all out? Bullet said disdainfully. Bakudo number. 3 close. Bullet's voice stopped abruptly. Don't you want to go out? Bai Yu appeared in the corridor and shouted loudly. Think. Save me out. I'll join your pirate group. I offer a reward of 280 million. You save me out, and I will listen to you. Boy, hurry up and save the laborers and go out. Let me out, I won't kill you. The pirates who were detained on the 6th floor heard Bai Yu shouting, and immediately went crazy. Waiting for. Come on, the time is almost up. A new era is coming. After Bai Yu finished speaking, he disappeared directly in place. He already felt someone coming. And the people who should be seen have also seen, and the people who shouldn't have seen have also seen. Then wait for the start of Summit War. At that time. Water Capital. 10 large warships have surrounded the Water Capital. The Demon Order is about to launch. Chapter 75. The Showdown Between Ice and Lightning. Buster Call is an inhumane attack that destroys and burns everything. 10 top-level warships, each with 1,000 elite marines. 5 Vice Admiral, 10 Rear Admiral. Marine Admiral 1. All are the elite of Marine. Such a configuration, launching an attack on any island, is very deadly. 20 years ago, when the Buster Call was launched, Robin's hometown of Ohara was completely destroyed, and only Robin survived. 20 years later, Buster Call has launched again, targeting the Water Capital. 10 terrifying giant warships are docked on the coast of the Water Capital. Attack at any time. People in the Water Capital saw these marine warships. Didn't take it seriously. Because these warships are built in the Water Capital, they have seen too many. Even if there is anything, it's just catching pirates, and they have nothing to do with them. Boom. The first shell is fired. Immediately afterwards, the dense shells fell on the Water Capital as if it were raining. Boom. Boom. Countless houses were destroyed and raging in flames. After a round of shelling, the capital of water suffered heavy casualties. Why did Marine attack us? Help. Help me, I don't want to die yet. Damn it. My home. Dad. Daddy. Where are you? Screaming, scolding, questioning, screaming, all kinds of voices are endless. The Water Capital is in chaos. Look, there's a ship flying. Why is it getting dark? Flying ship. Is it the Golden Lion? What a strange ship. Marine saw the proverbs flying in the air, and they all started talking. The only person who can make the ship fly is Golden Lion Shiki. How can an ordinary ship fly in the air? On proverbs. Enel, hurry up or Marine will attack again. Luffy kept urging. Enel, destroy these warships, I'll make you 10 different flavors of fruit salad. Sanji is also cruel. 20. Enel said very calmly. You're still haggling at this time. Sanji gritted his teeth angrily. There was no other way, only Enel had the greatest attack range, okay. If you miss one, there will be none. Don't question the power of God. Enel said that his arm turned into a thunderbolt, pointing to the thunderclouds in the sky. Wan lay. Boom, boom, boom. Countless thunder and lightning fell into the sky. Precisely landed on marine warships. The warship shattered in an instant. In the top warships, the power to face the thunder and lightning can only be destroyed. Natural ability. Xingqiang looked at the proverbs in the air and frowned. It is not a good thing that an unknown Logia-capable person suddenly appears, and it is also the master's powerful thunder power. Boom. A thunder fell from the sky. Xingqiang waved his hand, and a layer of ice formed above the warship, blocking the thunder. Enel, there's another warship. Sanji said loudly. He just said that as long as he missed a warship, he wouldn't have to do anything for Enel. No hurries. Enel frowned and attacked again. Boom. Thunder beams thicker than before fell from the sky. Thunder fruit, the destructive power is really strong. Xingqiang stood up and did not dare to be careless. If all his warships were destroyed, it would be a shame. Kacha. Ice breaks. Xingqiang continued to thicken the ice layer, which was worthy of being blocked. Asshole. Seeing that his thunder was blocked again, Enel got angry. Both hands turned into lightning. God's punishment. Boom. A thunder that was comparable to the size of a warship fell into the sky. Ice Age. Xingqiang shouted, and the surrounding sea water instantly froze, forming a huge icicle to meet the thunder. Although Aokiji's ice is very strong, his fruit ability has also been developed to ultimate by him. However, the relationship between attributes is irreparable. Aokiji can freeze volcanoes and freeze magma. But the violent thunder and lightning could not be frozen. Most importantly, ice is also water, and water conducts electricity. If it weren't for the powerful armament Hawkeye, he would have been unable to resist the impact of the thunder. A mere piece of ice can actually block my divine punishment. Enel was also a little surprised. You have to know that the enemy you face is one of Marine's peak combat power, Admiral Aokiji. His development of fruit ability and application of Hawkeye is definitely a peak level existence, even Bai Yu just fought him. A draw. Ask for flowers. Nami said aside. Since Bai Yu has a draw with him, then I'll beat him. Enel's voice fell, and the person disappeared in place. This guy is a mess. Luffy, come and help him. Nami said helplessly. Let me go. Zoro drew his knife, jumped lightly, and jumped off the boat. Green algae head knows to be handsome. Sanji lit a cigarette and jumped out of the boat. Rubber rocket. Luffy also jumped out. Usopp, won't you go down and help? Wei said aside. I'll be there when they can't do it, and now I'll take action and bully them. Usopp poses as a master figure. Of course, if the legs are not painted, it is more like. Point 0. Usopp is amazing. Chopper's eyes turned into stars, a look of admiration. Obviously you're afraid, and only Chopper will believe you. Nami mercilessly dismantled it. It's you. Straw Hat Crew. Doberman Vice Admiral steps on the moonwalk to board the Proverbs. Marine Vice Admiral. Usopp hid directly behind Chopper in horror. Chopper was so scared that he didn't know where to hide. Catch you guys, I think the Straw Hats will capture them before they can. Doberman raised the knife in his left hand and charged at the three girls. The thunderous carriage, the gap in the spinning wheel, this thing has light, divided into 6 parts. 6 light prisons. Mary raised her little hand. Doberman, who jumped high, was pinned in the air by the 6 paths light sheet. Sage art thousands of real hands. Countless arms appeared behind Robin. Attack Doberman. Straw Hat. Women of the pirates are not something you can provoke casually. Super electromagnetic cannon. Boom. The orange beam with a strong impact, Doberman rushed into the sky and disappeared. Doberman Vice Admiral was taken away by 2 women and a little lowly with a set of skills. Robin, Nami, that's amazing. Mary is amazing too. Chopper watched the trio's eyes light up. At this time, the following battle is also very fierce. Although Doberman was knocked out, there were still 4 Vice Admiral, 10 Rear Admiral, and thousands of Marine elites. Especially the match between Enel and Aokiji. The confrontation of the 2 major Logia. 1.